Well, to all that have come on in, we say hello, we say welcome as we get ready to go green from the Pocono Mountains. I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR, as we get ready to kick off this Tuesday night edition of NR Night in America. My voice may sound a little different tonight, a little bit under the weather, after heading up to Michigan to call races at Whittemore Speedway for the Jag Series All-Stars Tour presented by Chevrolet Performance. But the question came, do we cancel NR Night? Do we continue NR Night? And I looked at the schedule. It had to happen because you don't know the next time they'll be able to go green. I want to go green this Friday. I want to stream this Friday. But I got a big race coming this Saturday. Super late model and pro late model in the same night at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. That's for the Sound Gear North-South Shootout. For all the pre-production maybe on Friday. So, hey, took some Dayquil, and we're ready to go green. First driver on the track, Frank Corley, no surprise here. He's going to be quick, but how quick is going to be the real question. Frank DeAngelis, Gavin Gomez. Others ready to line up as well. There's Josh Lilly. Down to the inside. Corey Lyles and others get ready to line up as we get ready to go green. I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited to see how things work, how things go. Will there be a different way of racing with Pocono? In times past, it almost looked like a super speedway when we would go racing here. I don't think we're going to see that tonight. I don't think we're going to see the big packs because they changed the cars so much since last year, this being the next gen. It's going to change. It's going to vary. Things are going to work just a little bit different. The real question, the real wonder is going to lie in the fact that these guys have not been here in NR Night in America in a long time. Is it going to be just like any other NR Night in America? Are we going to have a couple laps where things look choppy and then they possibly get going? When was the last time we done a long NR Night in America race? It feels like forever ago, and that's mainly because we've been doing sprint races to keep the e-tickets in a way that they would be mainly based off of those long green flag runs and those big endurance races. So we wait, we see, we wonder as we get ready to go green. Aiden Walker goes top of the board. Josh Lilly goes second. Vincent Gucci back there in that third position. River Page, P5. He's one of the best drivers to get it done in the next gen. That's what I'm curious to see if River Page has anything to work. We have addressed the issues, the comments, and the worry of what was going on with the iRacing side. We are able to diagnose it is a graphics card issue to a degree. It's also because I have two monitors and I changed the sizing, the diameter, all that stuff in between to make sure things run smoothly. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, will be a test. It'll be a test to see if the new tests that we put in, the new features will be good for the NWP 400. And so much in between. NWP 400 signups coming soon. Keep that in mind. If you've raced in NR Night in America consistently, if you're new to NR Night in America, you will have a shot because of the new format that'll be in place for the event. Shootout style, then the duels, then an LCQ, and the main event on a separate day. Tonight's schedule, it's going to be interesting. Xfinity Daytona Road ARCA Gen 4/Gen 6 at Michigan. And some were asking, what does that mean? Well, pretty simple. Back in the day, ARCA used to have Gen 4 and Gen 6 races together when they were transitioning over to the Gen 6 car. We can do that in iRacing. We can do that pretty easily. So we'll be doing it as race 3, Irwindale Super Late Models, adding another check to the oval list that we're trying to hit. By the end of the year, we would like to go through every single oval track in NR Night in America, in iRacing, should we say, on NR Night in America. So how do we do that? Well, we keep on racing. We keep on trying new things and looking at new venues. Pocono, Next Gens. A lot of drivers expected to be really good. Less than a minute remaining before we go green. NASCAR iRacing at Pocono. I want to say thank you to everyone that has tuned on in. As as we get ready to go green. 300 likes, we'll see race number 5. If you're wondering, yes, Tuesday night we could not go green, and mainly because of what was going on, was not here, was not in Nashville, was out in Michigan broadcasting races, and it seemed like that consistently until about September. Then that's where the weeks start coming off here and there. So keep it in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to race Friday nights, moving more towards the off season. Your field has been set. Let's get ready to go green. High atop from the Pocono Mountains, NR Night in America, round 1 of tonight. NASCAR will be at Pocono later this week. That will be Sunday for the Cup Series. Unfortunately, we're not able to do a Chicago street race, which I know a lot of people were very bummed out about. Yahir Rodriguez, Adam Garza lined up on pit road as everyone gets ready to see the green flag. Let's take a look at your grid. And the notables, no surprise about it, James Thurston lined up with Michael Mitchum. Matthew White, River Page. Page has always been great in the next gen. Matthew White, haven't seen what he's been able to do. Lining up there in row 2, Yahir Rodriguez and Joey Beck. Beck has a win in NR Night in America. Would like to get one in the next-gen stock car. Can he do so? We're going to find out. Frank Orley, known for being great on the super speedways. Haven't seen what he's been able to do yet on the tricky triangle. Adam Garza lined up with him. Sean Rowe, Freddie Bassanez. Bassanez is a hit or miss. Either he makes it work or he doesn't make it work. Sean Rowe, it's the next gen. We expect him to be running for the race win. New driver at NR Night in America, and I'm going to butcher the name. We're going to call him Soy Ciani with Chad Thurnquist. Thurnquist going for his third e-ticket event win for the NWP 400. He will be in the duels. James Bomar, Eladom Contreras, that's row number 7. Bomar, same deal with him and Contreras. They're big, they're really good on those big tracks, but maybe like a Michigan and Auto Club, not where the hard braking zone in turn 1 changes things up. Aiden Walker, Frank DeAngelis. Frank has not gotten a win on a non-super speedway in a long time. Matter of fact, the last time he got a win on a non-super speedway that he crossed the line first at without a disqualification, you got to go all the way back to Charlotte over a year and change ago. McLaughlin, Jacob Wilkerson. I can't wait to see what Wilkerson can do back there in that 9th row. Josh Lilly, Vincent Gucci. Josh, he's quick. He almost won at Homestead just last stream. Keep an eye on him. Richard Ciarni, Nolan Drake back in row 11. Ethan Vietbu and Jackson Carr, they'll roll on through as we get ready to see the one to go next time by. Bryce Benton, Noah Hamilton, Marty Shamela. Can that 38 go back to victory lane? We love to see what Michael Mitchum is just able to do in the next gen. He's getting a lot better in the Xfinity Series. I remember back in 22, everybody projected that Wyatt Tinsley was going to make the Coke Series. He did pretty handily, and they started winning. Michael Mitchum is that young driver that in the next 3 or 4 years, you'll see him on the top stage. Don't look away from him now as he gets ready to take the green in NR Night in America. You look at Coke guys that have gone through NR Night first. Parker White, Wyatt Tinsley, big names. No reason anyone on the left side of your screen shouldn't have an opportunity to run it to the top. Let's go ahead and say those magical words. God speed drivers. You are go for throttle up. So 40 drivers will take the green flag. Nathan Dew back in the field with Will Shack. Shack's had multiple opportunities to race and win in an e-ticket event. And now you're in the area where it's crunch time. You know that the opportunity to make the e-ticket, to make the NWP 400, the most, what would you say, the highest end crown jewel event that we have on our channel, on this YouTube channel. You want to make it in the duels, you got to run well, you got to race well. If you haven't shown any real pace, you're going to go all the way into the shootout. And You know the shootout's going to be completely unpredictable. You don't know what to expect. Good news for NWB 400 fans. One, I'll be on the podcast tomorrow. Number two, we have a new setup. We clocked in speeds at 208 miles per hour under the lights at Daytona with the setup we have in the Gen 4. They grid up 2x2, sometimes 3 wide, but the rear end shakes a lot more. It's daring, it's treacherous when they dive deep into the corner. That's what's going to be worrisome for some drivers, so I don't think you're going to see that 3x3 gridlock like some guys have talked about before. It's going to shake, it's going to shuffle, and it's going to change up big time. The tunnel turn to turn 2. Working their way to turn 3. 40 drivers have lined up and are ready to see the green flag. Jefferson Manchow dropping the $10 super chat. Very grateful for that indeed. Thurston on the outside. Mitchum on the bottom. Have 2 Toyotas ready to go to battle. What manufacturer will go to victory lane? What will we see? Will it be that consistent passing and strategy? Or will it be something different? 60 laps of thunder coming from the Pocono Mountains. Let's light the fuse from Pennsylvania. Already fanning out 4 wide. Mitchum. Advantage into 1. Thurston on the outside. No drive off exit. And they're still about 3 wide, 4, 5 rows deep. Orley on the inside. Rodriguez stuck in the jam. Garza wanting to sneak through. Has to bail out top side with Joey back. Back lined up in 5th. He has the 24 machine. River Page dead in front of him. If you want to win a next-gen race, you're going to have to find your way around Michael Mitchum. Every time we go next-gen racing, whether it's Texas, whether it's Talladega, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's Homestead, he always has the upper hand and always puts himself in position to do well. He executes in practice to get the feel of the track temperatures. He then rolls into qualifying, not goofing around, getting that top spot. I love what Thurston's doing here. He's sitting in that 2nd spot. He knows Matthew White's blinking a lot on that outside lane. Probably won't be a real threat to the 96, but if he can maintain tires, he may have a shot at Mitchum. This race is going to be more about strategy than it is right now about racing. And what do I mean by that? Well, we already got 1 lap under the board. He has the top 2 separated by just a 10th. With Thurston looking to the inside, but you have to keep in mind what's new for this race. 3 tire sets, only 80% worth of fuel. If we go green, which we've seen in times before, you will see pit strategy. You will see tire strategy. Some drivers talked about in the drivers' meeting. If I have 3, I might as well save it just in case we have a late race restart. Battle for the lead, heading into 1. Mitchum top side, Thurston bottom. The Candyman rips off 2 and takes back the top spot. And that's why I'm a little curious why some of these guys didn't just go for the wheel-to-wheel and take as many spots as possible. Frank Orley, he's back now in the 10th position, has Yahir Rodriguez right in front of him. Chad Thornquist. They're in the 8th spot. River Page back and forth, trying to watch what's going on up front. Mitchum top side, he'll lead this one. The real clog jam is still from about 8th, 9th, and 10th. Orley, Rodriguez, throw Aiden Walker in the mix as they dive towards 1. Thornquist on top. And you just see the inputs and how these guys have to really lift more into 1. Then 2 and 3, the next gen, a completely different car than what you're going to see with racing tonight in the Xfinity Series, the Gen 6 and Gen 4, Irwindale super late models. I think Chad's got a really good pace. I don't think he's got race-winning pace right now, but we've seen Thornquist win races by not being the fastest driver on track. We've seen him do great things by just being somewhat mediocre. Look back to 2022, the Brickyard 400. Third quiz, pit, he did the insane undercut, and then a caution came out. He got the track position, he went to victory lane. Matter of fact, most of 2022, his wins came from being the 4th, 5th, 6th best driver, maybe at most, not being that top contender. We all know what happened in 2023. He absolutely stunk up the show from January to November, and finally got his first win of 2023 in the final race of the year. Page has Garza. I think Garza is also one of those guys that are in a proving position. How badly do you want to make the most prestigious event on the YouTube channel in our night in America? Winning, running up front, consistently being in races, hanging out with the chat when the races are going on. That's what Adam Garza is right now thinking right here. Wanting to be in the duels instead of the shootout. And how do you do that? Win races, including on the non-super speedways. He sits P5, not fairly, or should we say too far behind the race leaders. You're looking at under a second. But the next thing is still strategy. Strategy is going to be a big talking point. 80-something degree track temp. It's cooler than expected. It's going to be cooler than most races that we have tonight. Expect Daytona to be in the 90-degree percentile, with the track temperature maybe being up to 130, 140 degrees. Pocono is going to be one of the coolest races tonight on temperature. So expect a little more passing and a lot more grip. Mitchum, he's led most of the laps. He's had pressure from behind every single time. Page in 4th. Thurston in 2nd. Look to the bottom. Running top. Should get the drive off exit. 17 back. 14 back. He's showing his cards way too early. Look to the inside, how to bail out. That's a move you're going to see a lot tonight. 54 laps to go. Already talked about strategy, but that runoff turn 1 is going to be very important. The driver in 2nd, or the driver going to leapfrog the spot, may go up a groove and a half to get the runoff exit all the way to the tunnel turn. It's worked in times past, but Mitchum is just so good on that end of the speedway. Thurston hasn't been able to find a way through. River Page inside of Matthew White. Him and Adam Garza easily sneak on through. Vasquez, another one needing a win. They got way too loose coming off exit. Well, this field has separated. Matter of fact, it's separated big time. Only driver out of this race currently, Carlos Ortiz. Unfortunate situation for him. You go back to Josh Kenny, a lot of damage on his end. Involved in an incident very early in the race, but it's outside of the front runners. You see Sean Rowe, you see Dominic Barbagallo, Max Steinmeier, Nathan Dew. They're all in their own little world towards the back half of the field, as the racing up front hasn't stopped. Vasquez, Page, White, all under a bubble. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Thurston. He eyed his prey to the outside. At some point, I think Michael Mitchum will get past. Thurston's right now putting on the fastest lap times than anyone on this track. But the problem with it really is the fact that Mitchum knows how to defend the most in the next gen. They call him a next-gen merchant. And for some, they don't like that. They don't like that term merchant at all, because merchant is almost like you're good at just one thing. Michael Mitchum, he can run fairly good in the Gen 4. The USA 500 was really interesting for him because he was up there. He was running in the top 5, top 8. It kind of wowed everyone. Xfinity, multiple wins at Charlotte. It's just when that first round is with the next gen and you go to a track where there is off throttle time and you can block by adding the dirty air on the nose of the drivers, putting an entry. He just has them lined up every single corner, every single straight. And it puts the drivers second and third on back in a tough scenario. Because for James Thurston, he wants to get the lead right now. He wants to find a way around the Toyota in front of him. He wants to go out there, log some laps, and then worry about strategy. But they still have to pit. They still have to worry about tires. You have 3 tire sets. And honestly, if we go caution-free, you may be using all 3 tire sets. So when you pit, you may only have to pit for right sides and gas to save the left sides. That's the position all these guys are now in that are thinking from 10th, 11th, and 12th. But up front, the top 3 are still within 3/10 of each other. 50 to go. If you're just tuning on in, we say hello, we say welcome, and our night in America, fueling victories all year long. You're watching Thurston versus Mitchum. Matter of fact, James Thurston just slammed the outside wall coming off turn 1. Adam Garza will close the gap slightly, but not enough to make a real bid. That's the thing, you're going to see guys in the outside wall. The next gen's on iRacing. I've said this phrase so many times, you can put it on a t-shirt. They're built like tanks. They're built to last. So you put it in the wall a couple times, as long as you don't break the toe link, as long as you don't bend the suspension, hurt any of the arms, you're going to be fine. Well, this is clearly turning into more of a drafting race as the top 4, top 5, top 6 continue to sway back and forth. Yes, we will have a race 5 if we see 300 likes. This has been a talking point recently in person. Just a talking point that I actually got the green light to try to test on iRacing. Late models on a road course is possible. Did a very private test on iRacing with it. I think I'd love to see what a late model on a road course can do on iRacing as an event, as a race. So we get 300 likes. You'll see something that you've never seen before. And the drivers, they said they love it. In testing, they said it's possible. There's great passing, there's great racing. You just have to know how to drive it. 300 likes, it will be one of the votes. Thurston looking top. He's been eyeing Michael Mitchum for quite some time. He's been all over him, he just hasn't been able to find a way around. And the cars are a little bit lighter, only 80% fuel is allowed into the machines compared to the full 100. Adam Garza back to the 3rd position. Matthew White, Chad Thurquist. Thurquist got into the 7. Page to the outside of the blinking machine. Now the internet's not helping out the case at all for Matthew White. Drivers will race him even more aggressive. You can see River Page just nailing the side. Aiden Walker to the 6th spot. Massinez. How about Frank Corley in 9th? He's been able to run well. Xfinity Series racing at Daytona. That's what's going to be next. But for now, we sit caution-free in Pocono. Aiden Walker, P6. I like what he's doing. I like how he's sitting here. He's not making any overly aggressive moves. Sitting, waiting, wondering. Adam Garza in the 3rd position, closing in, top 3, back nose to tail. Mitchum top, Thurston the lunge. Switchback for the 38, Michael Mitchum back to the lead. Thurston from 1st to 3rd in 1 corner. Put all of his chips in the middle. And it costed him. Looking, wondering. You look back to Bassinez. You look back to now DeAngelis in 10th. All starting to close back together. Garza 4/10 back. Thurston right with him. I like the pit strategy that's going to be coming in at some point. When you pit, you only have 3 tires to work with. I don't really see a lot of fall off from what's going on right now. The best lap out of James Thurston is a 53.2. Oh, let's go ahead and rephrase that. We've seen actually about a second of fall off. Thurston last time by dropped a 54.4, but that's with him overdriving the corner. So let's rephrase that. Adam Garza's best lap, a 53.354. Last time around was a 54.198. So we are seeing the fall off, but it's not 2 seconds or 3 seconds like we would see in the COT. So do you go with the right side option? If you pit, maybe try to save some rubber. And the fact that these guys are this spread out, but at the same time they're not, which could be a little bit confusing, is pretty interesting, and you start wondering if the opportunity for a caution will even come out. Because yes, top 5 under a second, that's fantastic. That's what NASCAR loves to see. That's what fans love to see. Racing tight, side by side, strategy. No one's right now going out and just leading by about 5, 6, 7 seconds. So, you sit, you wonder, is there a position where you can find some type of advantage? River Page says, yes, I can. 3 wide into turn 3. Thurston on the outside. Oh, he got into him. .43 to go. They're packed together, but they're not. There's a little bit of an air bubble that's keeping Garza from the back end of Mitchum. And you can see the tires squealing. You saw the rubber, the bits falling off just when he went down to turn 1. So there is fall off. There is not a crazy amount, but it's enough for Garza at least to peak. Down into turn 2. That's the tunnel turn. Toyota Chevrolet. 43 to go. James Thurston, P3. River Page, P4. Chad Thornquist. One of the most well-known drivers in NR9 in America. 2-time e-ticket winner. If you've been on this YouTube channel for a while and gone way back, he's been here since the NASCAR Heat 2, NASCAR Heat 3 days, Project Cars 2, GTA 5. He's won everything. But he wants to get his 3rd come this August. He also wants the support. He wants the viewership support. He wants the fan support. Because everyone continues to write off Chad Thornquist. He was so optimistic heading into Indy for the Indiana 500. Wrecked out lap 2. He was so optimistic into Talladega. He got a pretty good run going, but not what he wanted to see. Daytona, just not even close to what he wanted. For the California event, he was way off. For USA, he was way off. For NWP, he was way off. The same can be said actually for Terrell Baker at TCB. When is he going to start winning again? Braden Movic? Maybe asking, where is he? Why is he not racing? Well, Movic actually has to get his graphics card changed. He should be back for NWP, but that's why he hasn't been racing in NR9. Here's an interesting note. Braden Movic has never made an NWP 400. Couldn't make the first one. Was not able to make the second one. Bumped out of the 3rd one. So the 4th one is looking like a true promise for him to run well or at least have an opportunity. With there being a new setup to the car and the rear end shakes just a little bit more than what the previous Gen 4 generation we've ran with has done. I wonder if Movic will have a disadvantage. Nothing he can't learn on the fly, or definitely in the practice and qualifying heading into the event. The interesting thing about the car we'll be using in this year's NWP 400, you can actually bump. You can slam into the back of a driver, not too hard, not like a Next Gen or a Gen 6, but just enough to make bump drafting work because of the new setup. That's a big shout out to the R&D team Friday night in America. The big thing was the drivers like, oh, we can't do the Gen 4. It's going to be gridlock. We're not going to make moves and passes. And well, last night we tested for 2 hours, and we got a setup that I think is going to blow everyone's mind. 40 laps to go from Pocono, 20 already down and under. Garza second, Page inside of Thurston. Didn't like the move, jumps to the outside. He saw James make this move a little bit earlier in the race. Thurston, no drive off, Page. Bump to the back end. Lot machine out in front of Mitchum, Garza. Thurston and company. How about White? How about Walker and Horley? They're still trying to get something that works their way. Oh, Chad Thurquist outside wall. Garza to the outside of Michael Mitchum. 39 to go. One driver on pit road, Frank DeAngelis. First driver to go ahead and make his stop. Yeah, so that's about 22 laps on what you have here. He has 3 tire sets. If he expects this race to go green all the way, he should be able to easily make this strategy call work. The real worry or wonder is how much fuel is he put into the car, and is it just right sides and go? Oh, he's going to go 4 tires. Does that put Mitchum on pit road? Does that put Adam Garza on pit road? Page, Thurston, no look just yet. Matthew White, Bassinez. Gavin Gomez back in 21st. So DeAngelis, the first one to strike. No one else elected to join him. Garza, second spot, outside wall, yes sir. This race is really strung out. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you want to race 5. 400, no, check it, 300 likes. We'll be able to go ahead and do just that. And the thing is, we haven't been able to hit it recently, mainly because the start of this stream, get out of the gate, very sluggish, and then try to rally at the end. I tell you, those late night viewers would love if you drop a like on the stream, obviously, if you enjoy the great racing content. Walker inside, Thurston outside. At one point, James Thurston took the race lead into turn 1. He then lost it. Has been on a downward spiral really ever since. No, not that far. Yes, in the 4th, now 5th position. Was falling into the clutches of Frank Orley. Orley inside. That's probably the best shot you're going to see all night. That camera is sitting down off turn 1. You can see who's overdriving the corner. You can see who's making too many mistakes. Closing in on the halfway point. Will be 35 laps to go this time. Page, top side and 3rd. Thurquist, P4. Orley, P8, riding on with him. Yeah, he put the throttle really early. Trying to find the outside of Matthew White, company to his bottom. And this is what these drivers have to deal with every single lap. And for a few of you, you're sitting back at home, you're probably doing the dishes, you're eating, you're watching with popcorn, maybe you're doing work. Oh, Horley sideways. Saves it, but loses all that time. It's a perfect reason to say these guys have to be focused every lap, every corner, every second, because one mistake could easily put you out of contention. Page in second, Garza in third. River found his way through. Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet, top three. The battle, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Thornquist in the fence. Thurston inside. Rolling wide again. Garza P3's coming to pit road. I think if you pit this late, it's going to be a 4-tire stop and gas. Only way you do 2-tire all the way to the end is if maybe we get a caution here and we have to pit one more time. Walker P4. Thornquist outside. Matthew White, he's been struggling to hold on to the pace he had within the first 4 or 5 laps of the race. Worley's back to 7th, Rodriguez in 8th. He's blocking him pretty low. Rodriguez inside, Horley the runoff exit. Josh Lilly says, I'm going to join you. Lilly, 2 for 1 into turn 3. Josh is the boss, man. He knows what he's doing. Oh, he's actually coming to pit road. Got the 2 spots, put Orley on the outside. Locks up the right front. And he wants every little inch before coming in and making any type of adjustments. I love what Josh does in NR Night in America. Big underdog story heading into NWP. I think every underdog heading into NWP has a legit shot. Because the last driver that wasn't an underdog heading in that won it was Wyatt Tinsley. That was back in 22. Dean Brummett was an underdog. Moriarty was an underdog. And it always has you scratching your head. Keep an eye on Josh. He's going to be someone to watch. Newcomers continue to come to pit road. Page P2. Walker P3. No bite just yet. I think some of these guys are trying to put it onto a one-stop, and that's what's putting guys in interesting positions, because you still have River Page and Michael Mitchum battling up front. But Beck, Horley, Rodriguez, Thornquist, one idea. Make it to the end. If I can make it to the end and it's going to work. Well, and he could be in an interesting spot, but right now they're focusing on battling. They're focusing on racing each other. 9-10, 7-10s, fight for the lead. Page inside, slams Mitchum wide. Looks for the switchback. They both come to pit road. Wow. New race leader, Matthew White. That's one way to get track position coming in. Bold move by River Page. Aiden Walker is in. James Thurston is in. Chad Thornquist, Yahir Rodriguez. Horley back. Contreras, Bassinez. Matter of fact, the whole field is coming in. Sean Rowe is in. Adam Garza, who may have just had a situation coming off exit. Let's go see what happened with him. Backstretch, he looked pretty slow. Garza already came in for his stop. He was back there with Josh Lilly. Did he get wide? I didn't like the speed coming off. No, he just cold tires, that's what it was. Matthew White will make it to pit road. Michael Mitchum, race leader, puts it in the fence. River Page drops back to 4th. Adam Garza went for the undercut and is now sitting in the 3rd position. Mitchum on provisional lead. Garza provisional second, 29 to go. It puts Frank DeAngelis in 8th. Now you got to think, okay, around halfway, these guys are going to try to go to the end. Frank's strategy call may have him pitting one more time for right side tires. Can he do that? And will these guys go all the way through? And they pit, what, with 30 laps to go? There's no reason they can't go all the way. Mitchum race leader. Garza now in second. Top 3 drivers have gotten into the fence at some point tonight. 43, Jacob Wilkerson. Not the best race he has had. But good news for him, he's got 3 more coming after this. 29 to go. Thornquist, P7, Frank DeAngelis, P8, Matthew White, P9, Yahir Rodriguez. Sinks right to the back end of the 7. He's very curious about the move to the inside. White and others have done this too. They'll give the drivers that are trying to find a way through that inside lane so they can barrel through. But the momentum that's carried in that second or third lane at Pocono coming off the 3rd turn is just so much of an advantage. The defensive alt-1 spinning. Way back half of the field. Is it that in? No, it wasn't. Number 28, Vince Iguchi. We've had a couple spins tonight. Oh, he definitely got help. That's Jordan Herring in the 72. These two struggling with their race car. I mean, Herring just got right into him. Gucci did not hit a thing. Will stay green. Garza inside for the race lead. Locks it in, slams the door. Mitchum shoves him wide. Michael Mitchum back to the lead. Not so fast. Garza the side draft on the outside. Mitchum into him. Make it twice. I think Garza's got the advantage to turn 3. That outside lane's going to roll well. But Mike on the bottom's going to send him up the track. Lay it on each other. 26 to go. Garza leads. Oh, did he get into him? He swiped the bow. Trying to break the draft. Garza locks it in. Now he's on older tires. This is a 7-lap stint versus Michael Mitchum's 4. So 3-lap older tires, so that of Mitchum and River Page. And was able to find a way around the 38. Talk about bold, talk about being smart. Mitchum in the back end. Mitchum the look to the bottom, now to the outside. The watchful eye, River Page is there. Mitchum inside momentum. Let it swing. Garza in the wall. Mitchum back to the race lead. Now River Page puts his hat in the ring. 3 drivers, 3 different manufacturers. That 8 machine is wounded. Page inside. Lines up with Mitchum. Page to second. Garza back to third. He can shove him right here. Now the goal is use the 24 as a lifeline. If Page can close in and go toe-to-toe with Mitchum, Garza will carry momentum as long as they're side by side. 24 to go. Mitchum paints the yellow line. Page up a groove and a half. Finds the fence. Whoa, trouble. Yahir Rodriguez slams the inside wall. Caution will wave. And with 24 laps to go, we'll have a restart. And the biggest winner here may be Adam Garza because of the strategy he pulled. Probably wasn't going to work out for the next 24 laps. Frank DeAngelis will have another shot at it. He'll restart 11th unless he comes to pit road. Starting to put 2 and 2 together. There's a lot of damage in the right front of that 69. The first caution flag of the day will go ahead and fly. Oh man, what a hit. Yeah, happened a little bit before this. Rodriguez, one of the leaders. Inside Barbagallo. And that's where the hit came from. It's a tough position to be in because if you're Barb, you're already out of the groove. You're trending to hit the wall. Look at the right side of the 17. It's definitely met the safer barrier multiple times tonight. Rodriguez was trying to hit his marks. But when 2 and 2 came together, it would be good night for the 99. Let's watch back in car view. That's a pretty decent hit. I say decent. It's a pretty big hit. Pit road, it's wide open, and we're going to have a restart with around 20 to go. Do you come in? Do you take right sides only? Do you put all 4 of them on? You have 3 sets of Goodyear tires. They all come on in. And this is going to be a good show right here. Michael Mitchell. Last time around, maybe make it 8 laps on his stint. Someone's going to go for the 2-tire move. I would not be surprised. Sitting, waiting. Left side's going for Mitchum. Right side's only for Chad Thornquist. Right side's only for Frank Horley. Mitchum will lose the race lead. Aiden Walker. And he do right sides only. He may have, but only enough to get up to 4th. So we'll have a restart with 20 laps to go. Chad Thornquist, Frank Horley. Their left side tires have 8 laps on them. Their right side tires have now the fresh Goodyear stickers. Mitchum's going to have completely fresh stickers on all 4 tires. River Page, Adam Garza electing for the 4-tire move. Which one do you think was better? I'm going to be honest. I like the strategy by Horley and Thornquist. Track position does mean something, but you still have to have speed. It's already been proven that you can't pass Michael Mitchum. He's not invincible. But which one, I got to ask the chat now, would you have chosen? Would you do 2 tires or 4 tires? I'm going to be honest, it really depends on what position you're in. I honestly would take the 4 tires if I was Mitchum. Definitely Adam Garza, you got to go the 4 tires. But Frank DeAngelis and Chad Thornquist, this could be a big win situation. This is the first caution of the race. We have yet to have a caution till this moment. And usually what happens is cautions breed cautions. So, statistically speaking, and I know some of those guys are sports bettors out there, if you get a caution after a long green flag run and the laps are fading away, you know someone's going to get bold. Matter of fact, someone's going to get overly bold. So the opportunity for another restart after this, it isn't out of the question. It's not out of the question by a large margin. Ladies and gentlemen, we get the one to go. We'll have 20 laps till green. Orley, Thornquist, Walker, and Mitchum. I like the gamble here by Frank. He's gone into a couple guys. You can see the left front damage ever so slightly. Chad Thornquist, it's been a little while since he's seen victory lane. Race 5, ladies and gentlemen, just 300 likes and we get it. You, the viewers, get to vote. Ford on Ford, row 1. Toyota, Chevrolet, row number 2. Mitchum behind the 8 ball for the first time tonight. Will the advantage carry for the Blue Ovals? Or will the drivers 5th on back get bold? Restart from Pocono. Mitchum out of the gun to the inside. 4 wide for the 3rd position. Page, outside wall. Josh Lilly as well. Trouble. Marty Shamela, Bassinez. Stack him up off the first turn. Caution will wave again. And there goes the Megan Maroney 6. Has the song name, Am I Okay, on the quarter panel? No, Vietvu, you're not. Things were getting a little bold. And bold did they get. Thornquist, race leader, Aiden Walker, Michael Mitchum, James Thurston, Contreras, put Horley to 6. He restarted on the front row, just did not get going. That's probably the big reason for the stack up. Fortunate situation for Ethan Vietvu. His point of view. Now you see it right here. They're 4 wide up front. River Page was going to hit the outside wall. There was not enough stopping the momentum from his machine. Garza was going to put it on in. See Horley slide down the track like he wants to avoid. Shamela, is that it right there in the 39? It is. Drives to the inside, then comes right back up the track into Bassinez. And they had it avoided. I don't know where Shamela thought he was going. 3 wide, turned into 4 wide, 4 wide into 5. And then the clutter of cars to the inside wall. Let's watch the restart. This from Joey Beck's view. And there's so much to look at. There's so much to diagnose. We're throwing it into the corner. Once, said it twice. Had no idea what was going on. Caution is out now for the 2nd time here at Pocono. Chad Thornquist, race leader. I think the strategy call still very much worked for him because now they're taking laps away under yellow. It's not a position where he's having to put the throttle down consistently into the banks. But you have Aiden Walker, you have Michael Mitchum that will now restart to his inside. Mitchum knows how to restart. That's the big thing that he's been able to do recently. Thurston to fourth, Contreras to fifth. And that advantage that Horley had will now throw him back to the third row, where he probably would be if he took 4 tires. And that's just the gamble you take. Michael Mitchum, James Thurston, Aiden Walker. We'll see the 1 to go next time by. It will be 16 laps to go from Pocono. Let's talk about drivers. Frank DeAngelis. First one to make the bold strategy move. Has not worked out for him at all. He will actually be at Pocono this weekend for any NR Night in America fans going out there. Frank DeAngelis, very recognizable face. You can't miss him. He'll be there, having fun. Frank Horley there in the 6th position, previously mentioned. James Thurston now back to 4th. He has gunned it for the lead. He hasn't led a lap, but he has been able to keep it out in front of other drivers. You sit, you wonder, you wait, and then you get the go-ahead. The 1 to go, ladies and gentlemen. 16 laps to decide a winner. Chad Thurquist trying to shut him down. Mitchum, the favorite heading in, still behind the 8 ball. For the ones that keep up with my in-person broadcasting, I'll be live on Racing America once again this Saturday for the Sound Gear Northtown Super Late Model Challenge. That will be at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. It's a track TV production. We'll have multiple cameras from turn 3 to the front stretch. And I'll be calling all 9 races that night. The Pro Late Model race, the Super Late Model race. Adam Mackey and I will be in the booth for the Supers. ASA Southern Super Series, the ASA CRA Super Series. And that Super Late Model race is really a prelude to the All-American 400. Drivers come down in July to just get the information they need to get the understanding of their car before going to battle in November. Last year, Jake Garcia won the event. This year we got big names. Bubba Pollard's in it. Stephen Nasse is in it. Nashville drivers are in it. Dylan Fetcho. Jackson Boone, who almost won the race last year. Tune in at Racing America. For the ones that don't know, at this point every weekend I am broadcasting in person racing, whether it's Pro Late Model Racing, Super Late Model Racing, sometimes the Sportsman. You catch all of my broadcasts live on Racing America and Track TV. Let's get ready to go green. $16 to go. Sliding 6 machine to the bottom. Race for the lead off turn 1. Walker's got company. Thurston on the inside. Horley up the 4th. Mitchum stuck with no momentum. What can you do on that outside? See Walker peeking back to the bottom. Trying to make a move on James Thurston. Thurston's been in this position before, but has not been able to battle with Chad Thurquist for the top spot. Thurston wants the bottom, but can't get there in time. Now looks to the inside. Oh, didn't like the bid. Car inside wall, way in the back. Looks to be Wolshak. Mitchum 3rd, Walker top side, 1 spinning. River Page. Cherry. Most of them got it fired. Call comes, let them race. Relax, yellows. Now they want to see this race get to the end. Top of the hour from the Pocono Mountains. 14 laps to go. Now Thurston's going to make his bid. He's got to do it here. Inside, Aiden Walker runs the middle. Thurquist to the bottom. Thurston to the outside. Walker goes top. Thurston shut the door. They're wheel to wheel to the tunnel turn. You can see Aiden trying to get it back on the bottom. 3 wide for the top spot. Thurquist late lunge. Mitchum rolls center. 4 wide for the race lead at Pocono. Thurquist, Thurston. Thurston leads that one, 13 to go. Top 9 under a second. Mitchum shuts it off Chad Thurquist. You got Horley there in that 4th position. Mitchum turning. James Thurston wide. Bump, run, see ya. Here comes Thurquist to the bottom to retake the lead. How James Thurston didn't have a date with that outside wall, beyond me. He should have been way up there. We should have had a caution. What a drive by the 96. And I bet he won't forget it. Horley in 3rd. 12 to go. Mitchum top spot. Thurquist back to 2nd. Now he's had to be very bold to get that position. If I'm Chad, I'm not laying over. You know what that 38 is willing to do to make that top spot all on his own. Thurquist inside. Mitchum off exit. And Frank's right there with Aiden Walker. Slammed into each other, 3rd and 4th. 11 to go. Michael Mitchum has been on a tear to get to the spot he currently is in, but still has to deal with the hard chargers behind him. Oh, Thurquist just can't get the runoff exit. Horley, Walker, 3 wide for position. Walker, 2 for 1 special indeed. Thurquist gets it back. It's 10 laps to go. If someone's going to catch that 38, they're going to have to do it quick. Chad P2. Walker P4. Stock on the inside. I thought for a moment he was going to possibly catch the quarter panel. Nine laps remaining. This time by. Yeah, I think if Thurquist wants to catch Mitchum, he's going to have to A, run a different lane than that 38, which he's now doing, and B, have Frank Horley shove him off corner exit. If he was going to make the outside work, he had to sit up there. Oh, not that bad of a run off exit. 2.5 tenths. 9 to go. Thurquist 60. Horley 22. 2 tenths back. He's there. He's closing in big time. But he can't put all his chips in the middle at this moment. You have 9 laps to work with. You just need one good move of an execution to take the spot away from Mike Mitchum. Crowd on the feet. There's River Page, is busted up forward. Three-tenths the difference. I think Chad should use the outside. Remember, he's on the 2-tire strategy. Mitchum is on 4. But same with Horley. If Horley and Walker don't go toe-to-toe here, oh, never mind. They go wheel-to-wheel. Now, if Walker shoves Thornquist, they both could, in theory, catch Mitchum. Because if second Walker goes wheel-to-wheel with Thornquist here, I think Mitchum pulls away and is out of the draft. He's out of the sequence that maybe that 93 can catch him. Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet. For the ones that are wondering maybe why my voice sounds a little different, a little under the weather. Should be good to go before the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway race this Saturday. Walker, second lane, maybe the third. Half a second back, 3/10 back to Thornquist. That Chad is there. But he needs to break the bubble of the 15 and also have to worry about the 93 behind him. Runs wide and 1. Open the door for Walker on the bottom. Seven to go. Will be 6 to go this time. Thornquist keeps wiggling that rear end. Mitchum the pace to make it work. Six laps to go from Pocono. He's all over him. On the rear end. Walker, the big move to shove the 60 into position. He's got to get it right here. If they can beat Mitchum to that tunnel turn, maybe an advantage. Matter of fact, if he gets to the outside of the 38. A 10th back, now less. Walker looked inside. 5 laps to go from Pocono, Pennsylvania. Thornquist in the wall. He's got to bail out here. Walker's got to make the move to the inside. Couldn't get to him. And now you worry about the suspension. What's bent? Is there anything bent? Or did he just get lucky? How about Eladon Contreras up the 5th? 2 M&M machines in the top 5. Thornquist top, Walker bottom. Aiden knows it's time to go now. Corley's going to go right with him. Too far back. Now Thornquist shoves the 93. 4 laps to go this time. The metallic black and purple 60. Now up against Horley. But can Walker get there on his own with just 4 laps to go? And I'm telling you, if he gets to him, he's going to make the move on Mitchum. He's already seen what Mitchum has done in this race to take back the top spot. How aggressive he's gone. Contreras, P5, looks inside. No move. Line with Horley. Drivers sitting 3rd and 4th. Made the 2-tire stop. A strategy move that looks to not work in their favor. Contreras in 5th. The underdog in position in case something goes wrong up front. 3 to go. And Chad's got to get to Walker and just sit with him. because Walker's got the runoff exit. Look at Mitchum going all the way down to the paint. He's just trying to break the draft. He knows Aiden's really good on the straights. Chevrolet's been good. Has been better on that end of the speedway. Chad looks top. Walker's in the wall. Thurquist inside of the 93. Walker slams into him. Chad Thurquist back to second. You know, Aiden was not happy that he made the move to the inside. He knew the side draft was going to change the complete trajectory of this race. And it may have done just that. 2 to go. Thurquist needs help from Walker and a mistake by Mitchum. But I don't see that 93 helping the 60 now. As low as 15th at one point. 2 laps to go, half a second the difference. Oh, Thurquist in the wall. Loses second, loses third, will lose the 4th position to Contreras. I guarantee you Aiden Walker queued up and said, all you had to do was stick in line. Santa Blanca, 1 to go from the Pocono Mountains. What a drive by Mike Mitchum. What a run by Aiden Walker. Look off exit. Contreras P3, Thurquist P4. What a comeback for the driver of the 92. What a ride for the driver of the 38. He led the most laps, went behind the 8 ball when the caution came out with 20 to go. Looked to not get the lead back, but used the muscle of Toyota to get the top spot. Mitchum comes off turn 3, victorious from the Pocono Raceway. Poorly around. Did he make it to the line? He did, but it will be 8th. Thurston 5th, Contreras 3rd, Michael Mitchum in victory lane, the first driver to be victorious tonight. We got a road course after this, which is going to be a lot of fun to see. Maybe if he can go ahead and make something work. But before we can talk about back-to-back, we have to see the burnout. NR9 America fueling victories all year long. That was awesome. What a race. That was quality. Loved it. They were 4 wide with 12 laps to go for the lead at one point. And this is a great race that we love to see in NR Night in America. We just enjoy every single moment when it's stuff like this. Mitchum burns it down. We'll talk to your race winner, as the 38 is victorious in Pocono. Wow, what a race. A lot of fun. And the laps led, I'm guessing, are very interesting too. 46 of 61, but the last couple laps looked nothing like the first half. Just being able to put himself in position to make it work. After this, Daytona Road, ladies and gentlemen, no front stretch chicane. Keep that in mind. No front stretch chicane. We'll be using the NASCAR Xfinity Series stock cars. Let's bring them in. Incident with Marty Shimela changed things up. Mitchum had another shot at it. Took full advantage. Mitchum, Mr. John, you got a copy?
I got a copy, man.
Heck of a race. I mean, you were going at it with guys. You were putting it all on the line. Walk me through.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to give a huge apology to James Thurston. I was trying to race him as hard as I could, just have fun, and I turned a little bit late, so I just want to give a big apology to him because he's always fun to race, and I never want to do that to really anybody, but especially somebody who's genuinely going to race.
Did he queue up and say anything?
I mean, he showed frustration, but he didn't seem to be mad at me. But I mean, either way, I wouldn't have been mad if he was, because I mean, I didn't mean to do it, but it was dumb of me. I just turned a little bit late, but
well, the big thing is now that's the pass, because you went to victory lane.
It is. It was a very fun race. Pocono has always been one of my favorite tracks for sure. It's right up there with Darlington and Charlotte, so it was a really fun race racing there with Walker and Thurston and Garza, River. They're all always fun to race around, and in A Open this week we got second, A Fix we got second, so it was nice to beat my second place streak that I've had this week so far. So good to bring it in victory lane once again. Yeah, it was just a really fun race.
Oh, yes, it very much was. You look at the rest of the schedule, do you see victory lane on the horizon for those races?
Daytona Road Xfinity.
Daytona's 12 laps.
Yeah, I'm just not great with the Xfinity on road course. I mean, it's possible. I'm not going to be bad, I wouldn't say, but I'm not going to be great. ARCA, I think I'll be good depending where we go, especially like on a short track or something. I think I'd be pretty good.
Right.
And I feel like I've always been pretty strong in the super lays, just haven't been able to get it done yet. So hopefully we'll do it tonight.
Well, you got 12 laps to see what works. If we get a race 5, did you hear about what we tested and we're actually interested in?
I don't think so.
Possible super late model road course race?
Yeah,
which is possible. For the ones that are wondering, it is very much possible. You figured it out.
I've ran the super lates on road, and it's pretty good. I do enjoy it.
Oh, you have tried it?
I do enjoy. Yeah, I do like them. I've done them on the Glen. They're pretty fun.
Well, so we're gonna have to go ahead and yes, we are using the Daytona Road setup. So there is no Daytona Road setup for iRacing, but we have our own custom one that we use from the 24 hours to Daytona, or 2.4 hours to Daytona. You've raced this combo before?
Which combo? Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about it? No front stretch chicane.
It's definitely something.
It's definitely
I'm not gonna
something.
I mean, it's a fun track if you know how to do it, and I can't say that I really do. So we're just gonna see what happens.
Well, the session is password is IDK. Just 12 laps. That's all it is. Nothing less, nothing more. If we did a race 5, what would you like to see?
I mean, super lates at a road course actually does sound pretty fun, so I'd be pretty content with that.
Well, it would be very interesting indeed. Well, I love to do more super late model races, mainly because the in-person calling. So for the viewers back at home that are wondering, once again, another Friday had to be missed. We might stream this Friday. Might. And the reason why I have the might is I don't know what's lined up for me come this Friday. This Friday is going to be interesting because I'm doing media for this North-South Super Late Model Challenge. I'm calling all 9 races that week, so it's about getting as much information as possible. If we do something, I want to do a community event. I'm not sure what community event. We have teased the Nürburgring trucks for a long time. I think it's time to really start executing and start testing for it, because it's been a little while since we have really talked or even considered it. What do you think? Nürburgring trucks, how many laps? 5? 7? 7 would be pretty cool.
It sounds pretty crazy. I've never really
it's
seen
14-minute lap time, so let me rephrase that. It would be 5 laps. Unless it's a time race.
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be very interesting.
What do you guys think, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, the 4-tire, 2-tire stop. Really curious. What did you think about that when the guys took 2?
I didn't think it would work as well as it did. Honestly, it didn't work that good in A-Fixed, but the temps were a lot lower in this race. I'm pretty sure than they were in A-Fixed. So
that is true.
It was a lot easier to drive. So.
Well, the temperatures change for every race. And 1 second it's 90 degrees, 1 second it's 60 degrees. 1 second you're out on the beach, and the next thing you know you're bundled up because the track temperature is 65, and you guys can just make everything work.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed the right away the lap times are about a second quicker. So.
Was there a lot of fall off?
I want to say maybe 0.5 of a second.
That's not bad.
At the end of the longest run. I could be wrong. It might have been more, but I'm pretty sure it was around there.
Super late model racing, do you like it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm pretty good at it, too.
What are some tracks we still need to go to? We're finally hitting Irwindale tonight. So if we get 20 super late models, that's perfect. Because I know everyone has Irwindale, which is interesting. But we've not done Irwindale. We've only done Irwindale on the figure 8. So we'll hit that oval. We have a couple ovals left to go before we've done every oval on iRacing. Should we do more super late model races?
I think so. I honestly really enjoy them.
What's your favorite super late model track? We haven't done Hickory super late models yet. We need to do that.
I was just looking at Hickory. I do like super lates at 5 Flags a good bit.
Ooh, wow.
It's always been fun.
We haven't done 5 Flags, I think, at all with the super late models. That's actually something we should do. There's been talk about having a community event with super late models with money involved where there is a big prize where 60 guys can enter, almost like a snowball derby. 60 guys would enter, would have a racing, and then, or an open that would set the final half of the field and then go in for 300 laps. Okay, so apparently this setup might be chipping. So we're going to wait to see if that is the case. There is no confirmation on it just yet, but some drivers did tell me that this may be the setup that chips. If that is the case, then we'd have to reset because we don't have, or we're just making a night race, which is also very possible. We use this setup for the 2.4 hours in Daytona. It's only 12 laps. I mean, is it going to chip that much for 12 laps? We're going to find out. Are you on the track?
I am not yet.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how things go. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That is Michael Mitchell. Let's continue to talk to drivers. Hear what everybody has to say. You know what? Let's go ahead and chime in with James Thurston. Thurston, that second race, you were in position. You got bumped out of the way. You're heading to a car track combo that you know very well. How you feeling? James Thurston. Oh, Thurston is not here. I repeat, James Thurston is not here. Let's go ahead and grab someone else. No, let's go grab. Let's go. No, not Sean Rowe. Let's grab Chad Thornquist. Chad, it's the John. You got a copy?
What up, John?
All right. You looked interesting at Pocono. You had a race-winning pace. Didn't come out to being the race win that you'd hoped for. But here you are. You sit, you stand. You're looking at another big opportunity. How you feeling?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I have no idea. That's the perfect answer. I love that answer. We're waiting to see if the cars are chipping before we confirm what we're doing. I'm with Vietu right now. We used this for the 2.4. Did you race the 2.4?
This combo, yeah, I did.
When it chipped, what did you have to do as strategy?
Not much really because
They can work. It can work. I just heard it.
yeah, with the it would kind of chip out at the start-finish line, but with the low revs through the infield section, the engine kind of cooled itself down. Didn't have to run hot or let off the gas like the COTs at Bristol or anything.
Right.
Kind of managed itself.
Yeah, I mean, I just heard them coming down the front stretch. They're not really chipping. They're... Well, I mean, I'm used to a certain noise of a chip, but they're not chipping there. Do you think you're just going to have to conserve how quickly you go when you're on that side of the racetrack? And what is the strategy? Like the full-on look? Or is there one?
With 12 laps, it's kind of, especially with it being daytime on this track right now, we both know how hot it gets when it's Florida in July. But
Florida and we do have it as Florida in July. That's the exact thing. We have it on the exact day at just 5 o'clock. So it's not 3, but it's still hot.
it is very hot and very humid. But it's just don't spin the tires out of the slow corners and don't try and force anything unnecessary. Which I will add a little bit. I was gonna try and work with Walker to catch Mitchum, but then he popped the wall and disagreed with me after the race, but don't really care. Not my problem anymore. Got this to worry about now.
Yeah, you and Walker. I mean, that's the interesting part of the next gen. The racer move is to go for it, but with the way the next gen was working there at Pocono, it's almost like you had to buddy up with guys. And the laps were fading. You took 2 tires instead of 4. Walker is getting aggressive. It's a hit or miss situation.
Completely. I went with 2 just because there wasn't a whole lot on the left sides, and I looked at the wear. I needed my car to be a little bit tighter too, considering it got looser in dirty air, which it worked for the most part, but then I just tried to bite off too much at the end and force myself to do a couple of mistakes.
Wow. That's wild. So, road courses, I mean, are they your specialty? They used to be your specialty in 2021.
No, this field has gotten so much better. Road courses aren't really my strong suit anymore. I am eating a popsicle though.
Yeah, I am eating a popsicle. Are you qualifying?
Yeah, I'm in the chicane right now.
You want to take me lap by lap, or are you going to eat that popsicle? Yeah.
It's a good popsicle, bro. I think I'm gonna have to eat this.
Hunsaker, Lilly, Mitzel, Bassinez, Gomez. Some guys are saying they don't like the setup. What do you think? What do you think, Chad? Speak your mind.
They're not used to it. They'll get used to it, and when they do, they'll be fine. Whiners.
You're whiners. Who would you say is the biggest whiner in NR Night in America?
Me. I'm a hypocrite. I'll admit that.
Okay. I mean, how about that? Let's see. We're looking for you on track. Frank D'Angelo's no time just yet on the 69.
I'm in the International Horseshoe right now.
Ooh. So you're rolling. You got something going your way.
Yeah, I got a little bit slidey out of the corner though.
We're looking for you. There's Basin. There's Ingram.
And the King.
Trevino, Horley. There's Chad. Whoa, nice paint scheme. That's new.
Thank you.
Did you make that?
Found it on Trinity. Nope, found it on Trinity Paint. Here. It's not going to be a great lap just because I didn't practice for this at all, and I also I wheel hopped into that second horseshoe. I should be good through the chicane now, I think.
Lilly, Contreras, Joey back. Who would you say could win this race if it's not you?
Good question. Ooh, is William Schmidt in here?
Schmitty is in here.
Is Joe Armstrong in here?
Joe is in here. He's complaining about the setup. Yeah. I was hoping for you to say Joe, but I still think Joe's going to do well. You know what's going to happen is Joe's going to hear this. He's going to win the race, and he's going to call me out now for saying that. I think he's going to do well.
That's whatever. That's what Joe does. Joe always calls people out. Especially you.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I get to hear it all the time.
I qualified 4th? Wow, y'all let me... Why did y'all let me do that? Okay, 5th.
Well, Lily's second. Lily, his last win came from that multi-class race. And
See,
that was
told you Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmidt top of the board. Armstrong's now 4th.
Schmidt and Joe were both in the 2.4 with the Xfinity.
And that top 4 is pretty quick. Schmidt, oh my goodness, what kind of speed did he carry?
He carried a lot. I think it's he didn't wheel hop in the braking zones. That's probably what it is. He probably was really smooth on the brakes. Also, Matthew White, you need to keep an eye on him because that's twice he's been fast.
Yeah, that's it. The only thing is I'm not exactly overly excited about what his internet could do. I think he's got to really worry about that as well. He's been blinking. I know you've seen it.
No, I haven't. Because he was either really far out in front of me or I beat him on pitch strategy.
Well, we're going to get ready for the restart, or should we say the restart of the night, as we've already had one race. You want to say anything to any viewers back at home?
I'm sorry, I was gone so long. I had a lot to work up on, but I'm finally getting it back together.
Well, I mean, you've been gone after that Indy incident. How did you feel after that?
Indy 500?
Yeah.
On my food? Oh, man. I was really upset in the heat of the moment, but that's just kind of what I get for risk versus reward. It was working for a lot of it, and then by the end of the corner, it's just gone. I know Jarrett thinks I'm like mediocre now.
Well, we saw you flip, so that didn't really really help anything.
No. By the way, I voted no. I don't think I'm winning this race.
Oh, come on! You gotta have confidence.
Here's the thing. I have confidence that I can do good, but this is not one of my better car track combos. I have a bad feeling I'm gonna finish like 12th or something.
I can't believe you don't have confidence.
I have enough to say I'll do good. I don't have enough confidence to say I'll win. I could win tonight though. I think the next one, Gen 4, Gen 6.
Which one are you picking? Which one are you picking?
Gen
That's the
6
coolest part.
time.
Which one do you pick? Really?
I'm always picking Gen 6.
The Gen
yes.
6. It's the Gen 4, not the ARCA Gen 4.
I know.
I mean, the horsepower will be lowered on the Gen 4 to maybe like 90%, but the only thing is the tire wear is going to be more on that. Ooh, that's the thing. The Gen 4 tire wear is going to be insane.
Yeah, you remember Charlotte when Schmidt was in the Gen 4 and we were all trying to chase him down in the Gen 6?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be really cool. That's why we picked Charlotte. We're like, Charlotte's going to be perfect for that combo. Hey, guess what? We got to let you go, but we'll be back. Good luck.
I finished the popsicle.
He finished the popsicle, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we went up to Pocono, and now we're down in Daytona, but we're not on the oval. Well, in some parts, we technically are on the oval, but we use the infield road course to spice things up. Let's get ready to go green. William Schmidt, Josh Lilly, two drivers that know how to ace the road courses, lead us to green. For the first time tonight, let's light the fuse from the world center of racing. Armstrong, three wide up the gut, one spinning. Matthew White. Clog jam from behind. Caution's gonna wave. Eladon Contreras, Frank Orley. All jumped up to 54. Joey Beck. Brandon Hayes. Couldn't even get out of the first horseshoe. Well, it got busy. Too busy for some. Watch the 5. Matthew White. I mean, he had Chad right there to his inside. Thurnquist got into him. There's just nowhere to go. D'Angelo's a lot of damage on his machine. Watch what he had to deal with. Now you can see the wrecking in front of him. Put it in the grass. Oh, got hit from the side. That really just got lifted up. out of nowhere. He had to go to where Contreras was. Is that Corey Lyles? Yes, it was. Lyles in the 56 making heavy contact with him. Pit road, it's wide open. Let's go talk to the drivers. Frank, it's a John, you got a copy. Frank, it's a John, you got a copy.
Oh, hi?
Hi. Incident early on, what'd you see?
Smoke.
That's it?
I don't know, I pitted to fix my damage. I'm gonna look back at it now, actually. All I know is that I avoided the wreck and I got in 10 wrecked, I think?
What we saw wasn't an attempt wreck. It was more of Corey Lyles going for the same spot, hit the grass, and then slipped on a banana peel.
Oh, no, that's more me. That's more me.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw Contreras sideways. I was driving through the grass. I didn't see he was there. Wrecked myself. Okay, that's my fault with him. I don't know how the actual wreck started. All I saw was I got punted into the corner, and I just saw smoke, and I just drove through the grass.
Well, early caution. This race will restart with another mad dash down into one. We usually don't have that many cautions at this track. Why do you think we had one there?
Climb one.
That's it.
Lap one, and just stack it up.
You think you got a shot at winning tonight? Probably not this race.
Not this race, no. Road courses are not my thing. Especially when they chip out the front stretch. That's always really fun.
That's interesting.
Yeah, another average max range instead, so.
Well, since you were picked as the driver that got wrecked, we're going to play a little game with you. Oh,
Right.
hold on. I didn't like that response. That was me.
No, because I shouldn't be in these spots where I'm getting wrecked like that.
And then interviewed for getting wrecked.
Yeah, facts. Go interview. No, you can't really interview anyone more energetic or charismatic. I understand.
All right, let's play a game. You know a lot about NASCAR, so we're going to hit you with a NASCAR trivia quiz.
All right.
Let's see. The viewers can help too. I'm going to think of something interesting. You know what? You give me an era.
Anything above 1980.
Anything above 1980. Who won the 2009 Ford 400 at Homestead? I heard the click. I heard the click of the mouse.
What click, bro?
I heard a click of the mouse.
I'm driving.
Are you?
The smart option would be Jimmy, but I don't think
That's
he
a championship.
did. Yeah.
He didn't win at Homestead until 2016. I thought you were looking it up.
2009?
Yes.
It wasn't Stewart because he had the run-in with
Montoya.
That
was my first NASCAR race.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's why you asked me that. I don't know. Gordon? Edwards?
Edwards won in 08 and 10. And Gordon won in 12. You can get one hint.
What's that in one hint?
You have to ask it as a question.
What manufacturer?
Toyota.
Kyle Busch.
No. Kyle Busch didn't win at Homestead until 2015, 2019. Boom.
Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin, there you go.
I was gonna say, yeah, that kind of narrowed it down a little bit.
It's pretty good.
Got the sixth guess.
See, I like what you've done because you're such a big NASCAR fan. You went to the place where they raced on the beach in person to have food.
Why are you always trying to bring me?
I was just twisting it to how much you love history. We're laughing and they have no idea why. That's the funniest part.
Okay, so...
Oh, well, back to it. Did you love the North Turn? I mean, you went there. You went to where Lookout happened, where all the great racing moments happened. I mean, I think you're just a real NASCAR historian.
I'm just gonna ask the chat. If you, let's say you despise seafood and just don't want anything to do with seafood, and you're told, hey, get up and get out, even though you're about to pass out, we're gonna go eat at a seafood restaurant.
Pass out? From what? Bowling?
fell asleep in the car right there.
Oh. Okay, no. Let's go ahead and add to that question. But you also paid $20 for bowling,
dude,
and made the whole group pay $20 when you said it was $10.
Nuh-uh.
So you gotta add that in there too.
Nuh-uh. Dude, that place, and for everybody listening, and
seems like ham sandwich. That's a good one. That's a good one.
For everybody listening in the Daytona area, if you're going to a Daytona race, do not go to Game Time Sports Bar. It is the biggest ripoff.
No, the air hockey was great. The air hockey was great.
You can go to air hockey anywhere.
I don't know. There was something about that air hockey table. It just really was. There's something about it.
And the raw order of Tyler waxing all of us and discovering his hidden talent.
Yeah, there was that. Well, so most of yours are saying ham. What would you choose?
Well, I mean, from my experience of living in New Jersey and New York and having all the best food in probably the whole country, it's impossible to mess up a chicken sandwich or chicken tenders. And that place somehow still messed up chicken tenders.
Okay. Well.
So I'm never eating there again.
No, I don't know about that. I think we're going next year, so you can get a mahi-mahi salad or maybe shrimp scampi. I had shrimp scampi last week.
We're doing Waffle House. We're doing Waffle House.
Oh my goodness.
We're doing Waffle House.
You gotta have seafood. Or, I mean, Trader Joe's. It's another one. Shrimp is great. You have shrimp tacos.
Not popcorn shrimp.
Okay, well, you can have that too. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Good luck. That's Frank DeAngelis, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car, hard left onto pit road. Let's get ready to go back green. Lily, Thurston, easy in, easy out. Lily takes second. Joe in the third. They all make it to the East Horseshoe. Oh, maybe not. Some of the grass. Carlos Struther. Rolling wide. Eladon Contreras. Look for a peak. Armstrong to second. Dive to the bottom. Josh in third, Thurston in fourth. All back nose to tail as William Schmidt leads the Toyotas. It's a NASCAR 1 and 2. Up through the gears. Only road course on the schedule tonight. The Daytona Road has shown to be one of the best road courses that we run. Joe back to 3/10. Big thing, that's what he worried about, was over-revving. Listen to the car. You're going to have to lift, just not from over-revving. Runs wide to size up. Armstrong inside of Schmidt. Easily takes the lead. Schmidt back to the bottom. I was about to say, Joe's been really aggressive. He figured out how to put the power down a lot quicker than everyone else. Schmidt read it like a book to the S's. From the King to the West Horseshoe. Josh Lilly. Inside lunge, two Toyotas and a Chevrolet. Walker watching on for fourth. Fun fact for the ones listening back at home, the Xfinity Series just had their highest viewed race since Homestead of 2015. The Chicago Street Race. For Shane Van Gisbergen, found victory lane, his third victory of 2024. from 190 all the way down to 84 miles per hour. I think Schmidt's just a little bit more conservative with the travel than Joe. I mean, half a second. Good difference. Josh in the 97. Outside, Aiden Walker. Looking right with him. He saw Joe gained in half a tenth. Just on that end of the speedway. Lilly, Walker. Back nose to tail. So the top four have pulled away from the rest of the pack as they look to do battle. Jackson Carr, Connor Murphy, Yahir Rodriguez. James Thurston sneaking into 7th. Oh, he goes for a ride. Thurston slides, parks it, and he's going to say goodnight. Frank Corley involved, Carlos Truther. What happened here? Oh my. Both drivers out of the race. Top two, 6 tenths. Lilly, Walker, 2 to 3 tenths in between each other. Yeah, Schmidt's definitely the driver to beat, no doubt about it. But Joe's just a little bit more quicker, should we say, through Le Mans. Carlos Truther, Frank Corley, not able to master the road course. 45 to go. Six laps to go. Armstrong still within 4 tenths. If he can master how bold he was into that corner, the way he was, what, first 2 laps under green, he should be able to go ahead and overtake William Schmidt pretty easily. Just because the momentum he carried was flawless. But also with the tires wearing, you're not going to be chipping out as much. Six to go. Lilly is 2.5 back. Armstrong to the back end of William Schmidt. Five laps to go when they get back around. Joe on the bottom, Schmidt on the bottom, Josh Lilly. Oh, right in tow, but that Chevrolet is way back, making about 8 or 9 car lengths. Half a second. Josh P3, Walker P4. Joe tucked in on the bottom. Five laps remaining. Schmidt, he has led all of the laps so far in this race, but has had pressure and has actually lost the lead at one point. Joe aggressive into 1. Schmidt, momentum to the S's. After this, ladies and gentlemen, it's ARCA, Night in America. East Horseshoe. Still half a second. Lilly has not been able to close in. Momentum not on his side. Dylan Basin a move up to 5th. Carr a move to 6th. Bason's going to need a caution if he wants to possibly win this. Really 10 seconds back, got stuck in a clog jam. Now they're trying to navigate through this field. Matter of fact, I think he started way, way back. As low as 20th. back up to 5th. A big move, big opportunity. On hand there for the 11. Joe in second, 3/10. Schmidt to Lamar. Oh, left side's in the grass. Now he's got the advantage on the oval part. I still see Joe a little bit quicker when they go to the twists and turns. 2 Toyotas ready to fight it out for the win. 4 to go. Schmidt runs wide. And their lines into turn 1 are completely different. Schmidt goes wide to set up the S's. Joe dives deep to roll the center. And both still within about half a second of a reach. Schmidt on the throttle. Joe still 4 back. Lilly 2 seconds. Walker really 3 seconds. Coming to 3 to go. You see Armstrong continuously peeking the bottom. Wanting to make a move. He just wants to make something work. But he's there on William Schmidt if he can indeed make the pass. Shakes the rear. Lost time through Lamar. Not able to get it to stick. Schmidt continues to lead. Three to go. They got something. Schmidt down and in. Joe, that time better through 1 and will carry the speed through the S's. Joe another peak. Schmidt the runoff. Oh, he got the left sides up. Over the curbing, Armstrong the dive into the West Horseshoe. And now all the cards are on the table for the 22. Knowing what's at stake. Schmidt wide, Armstrong inside. Wheel to wheel for the race lead. Schmidt's got a side draft him. Joe clears off NASCAR 2. Schmidt looks top. I didn't go for the bump. Joseph Armstrong, race leader from Daytona. Now can the 79 get it back? Two to go. (19:22). Once again, they both approach. Turn 1 completely different. Schmidt's still there. Not out of the question. Show the race off the East Horseshoe. Half a second advantage. Now Schmidt needs a mistake, if he can indeed get one. Basin losing time, 10.5 seconds. Toyota. Still lined in, nose to tail. We'll see the white flag this time by. William Schmidt has led most of the race, 9 laps at that. But it's Armstrong who's made the late move in to hold the race lead. Past Schmidt with 3 laps to go. Now looks to pull away as that half a second reach continues to stretch. Joe off NASCAR 4, Salamanca, 1 to go from Daytona. Schmidt, the diving move. Can he get to the bumper? It's a great entrance. I don't think the exit speed's going to be there. Turn 1. To the S's. .3 now the difference. If he could stick within about 3 or 4 tenths before entering the Le Mans chicane, there will be a shot for that Toyota. Schmidt too far wide into the west. Now 0.6 the difference. Walker closes in, 2 seconds back, out of reach. Basin dropping back. Kenyon versus Murphy. That'll be a fight to the checkered flag. Joe over a second. Schmidt makes up the time. 9/10. 6.5 to 7 car lengths back between both Toyotas. Won't be enough. Armstrong will come off NASCAR 4 to see victory lane once again for the World Center of Racing. Armstrong wins it on the road course. It starts the tradition now of doing donuts before getting to the line. Kenyon back in 7th. Cheery Connor Murphy. Oh, Murphy might have something. Onto the apron, too far back. Nathan Scott, Gavin Gomez, Chad Jeffries, Cash Cole, Ingram, Hunsaker, Haynes, all too far back. Joseph Armstrong wins race 2. I'm excited for that third race. The third race is going to be interesting because you really don't know what to expect with what's to come. Let's go talk to the race winner. Joe, it's the John. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
That's one way to make a late race charge. Able to go ahead and close it out. Looked like fun. I know you're not happy about the setup, but you still found victory lane.
Yeah, probably could have led a little bit more laps. I think I think the setup just kind of evened the playing field a little too much for me. But you know, nonetheless, came out, got a win. Fun battling Schmidt for like Just those last few, I guess.
Yeah, he looked to have the advantage, but you were a little bit more aggressive. How aggressive could you get with this setup?
Well, not really that much. I knew that a lot of the time that I was going to have to gain was going to have to be like in the infield portion, and I could see him kind of getting a little offline and stuff, like through the kickbacks, whatever they call it, like the turn 2, like the first S.
Oh,
Or
the S's.
the horse. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. He was a little offline through there, and I was like, okay, if I can get to the braking zone, to the first horseshoe, with a really good braking line, I'd be able to kind of gain on exit, and I was able to kind of slowly chip away at it, and got past him with like 2 to go, and I mean, he kind of made a late charge on the last lap, but other than that, it was
a lot of
clean
respect.
race.
He didn't hit you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect him. I mean, I guess it's more or less race how you want to be raced or something like that. And so I got around him clean, didn't really touch him too much, took my time with it. And so I guess, pretty sure he kind of took that. I was like, well, he can't do it back. So much respect to him. I don't know if I would have done the same. I don't know if I would have been like as little physical as he got. He didn't get too physical at all, really. So props to him. And I will remember it if I'm racing him again.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You've been in other positions where guys would bump you out of the way. I know Most has done that a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more fun, for me at least, not getting driven through from the lead in the last corner. So, fortunately, I had a big enough gap this time around, but I know there's a lot of guys who, if they were in the same situation as Schmidt, probably would have, I wouldn't say put up more of a fight, but definitely would have gotten a lot more physical as I was getting around him. So, yeah, I'm glad it came out, got another win in a double deuce. That makes 5 in a row.
Is
Not
this
that
your
I'm keeping
forever number
count.
now?
I would hope so. I mean, Gavin Austin hasn't really, I don't know, I haven't run that much, but if we come to events and stuff, I mean, I would gladly take the 2, but I would like to have a car with a number 2 in it if I ever do anything. So yeah, 22 is my number in regular NR. I will hopefully at some point I can steal the 22 from Corley or Gavin in the event.
So why the change though?
Road to Pro. I think we had this conversation a while ago after one of the wins.
That's right. It was Road to Pro.
Yeah, I didn't want to run the 20 on a truck. It doesn't look good in my opinion. The Gibbs 20 on a truck, and so switched to the double deuce. And
well, I mean, you got a pretty cool super late model to go with it.
yeah, shout out to Gio. Gio hasn't been too hot in ARCA, but he's holding it down on the short track scene.
Isn't he racing Slinger today? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I think he's doing the Slinger Nationals. Gio may. Hold on. Is there an ARCA race next week?
I don't
might
know.
be.
I know they race at Mid-Ohio at some point.
If there's an ARCA race next week, then I don't think Gio's coming to Nashville. But I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't an ARCA race that he comes, because all those guys are getting ready for All-American and just thinking about it. So are you going to be a Gio Ruggiero fan when he one day makes it up the chain?
I mean, yeah, he's a really solid driver. He won the Snowball last year, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
No,
Yeah.
he did not.
No? Who won Snowball?
The
He won
Snowball winner last year, I believe it was Ty Majeski.
No. Majeski got wrecked. Not wrecked.
I thought
but
Nasty and Pollard got wrecked. Hold on, let's look it up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It had to be Majeski.
Yeah,
Because the year before was
Pollard.
Derek Thorne.
Gio won. Gio's a solid little short tracker, though, nonetheless. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he wins it one day. I mean, he does well on the super late model scene.
yeah, I am. He drives a Toyota, so that's like the really big thing. So as long as he's in a Toyota, I mean, I have no reason to not root for him, unless his
Things
name is
change.
Eric Amarola.
Oh my goodness.
But
You're
but other
gonna
than
fall
that,
in
yeah.
love with him.
I am not. I
Yes, you
tried.
are.
I really did.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'll say this. I wouldn't say I hate, but like, I'm not a fan of people on like social media being like, oh yeah, like I try to root for this guy, but he just does something that makes me not be able to root for him. Eric's not really like that. Like, I was pretty neutral on Eric. I am still pretty neutral on Eric.
It's fun to argue about with you.
Yeah, because he's mid.
No, because he's the greatest driver.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how they made Atlanta in 1959 for Next Gen Racing, right?
No, they reconfigured it in 2021 for
You
next
can't
gen
lie, that
racing.
was pretty
That's what they
funny.
did. Not really.
I
but-
thought it was hold. Hold, ladies and gentlemen, hold. Joe, do you hear me?
I do
There we
now,
go.
yeah.
Are you racing Michigan?
What is it?
It is
car?
Gen 6.
Well, actually, I have
and it's
Chipotle
ARCA
down
night. It's
there.
Oh, what'd you get for Chipotle? What's your order?
It's really nothing, to be honest. It's just rice, chicken, and beans.
Rice, chicken, and beans.
Yeah, yeah, and then I put honey on it. The honey be hidden though, I tell you.
With rice, chicken, and beans?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'd hate to be your toilet. That
Nah,
sounds horrible.
nah.
I mean, my lineup's pretty good. So, like, I get rice, and usually they don't add as much rice as they used to, so I say, you know, a little more.
You gotta record next time.
yeah.
Record.
But, I mean, the extra rice is free, so I'm like, hey, more rice.
Gotcha.
Skip the beans, get the chicken. All right. You hope, you just hope they give you a good amount of chicken. Because there was one time they gave me like 4 pieces, and I was ready to walk out. I just did not want to deal with it. But usually the guys here that, you know, make the Chipotle meals, they do it right. A lot of chicken. Sometimes they give me a scoop and a half, which is pretty cool. Then you go over, you get heavy on the corn. Sour cream, but nothing heavy on the sour cream. One time they made my sour cream way too big, and I did not like that. Heavy on the tomatoes, add a little bit of cheese, close it. Good. I'm telling you, that's the best Chipotle bowl you'll ever have. Promise. Take it to the bank.
Yeah,
You'd love it.
sounds nice.
Well, the session is up. If you had to choose...
Who do I think is gonna win tonight? Is that what you're gonna ask?
No. I was going to
This
ask
race?
what car would you use if it was Gen 4 or Gen 6?
Oh, I am a Gen 6 truther.
Hmm.
No pun intended on
550?
440. Yes. Yes. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on the YAP session.
It
but,
is
like,
Michigan. The pin comment says Michigan.
I think the Gen 6 car is going to win. As it does at every track, really, when we do this. But
Oh, how many laps? Oh boy.
you said session is up and don't even know how many laps it is. I think you're lying.
No, the session is up, but I don't know if I changed the amount of laps. So we're going to check. It may only be on 12, which means we have to reset it again because we're not doing 12 laps. We'll do at least 40.
It is 12 laps.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to back out. So we're going to do a 40.
That's 2 straight sessions that you've messed up.
2, 1. The first one was right. The second one was right.
No, the last race was not right.
There was no Daytona Road setup that doesn't chip out.
No, that set doesn't chip on the chicane.
I purposely did not want the chicane.
Oh, why didn't you test?
Because,
yeah,
yeah, that was basically it. Sick all day. Coming back. We're ready to go green. Who do you think is going to win this
I won
weekend?
anyways. In the cup race?
Yeah, let's go through all of them.
Trucks, cup, and Xfinity?
Yep, go.
Alright. In trucks, I'm going with, I think Corey Heim gets redemption from last year. In Xfinity, I don't think it gives cars winning this Xfinity this weekend. I think,
Oh, it's pretty even,
honestly,
too. Wow.
I think Algar might win this weekend. Either Algar or Custer are my picks to win this weekend. in Xfinity.
Backing out, ladies and gentlemen, backing out.
And then in Cup, it's hard to go against Denny. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's crossed the finish line first in the last.
I thought Denny was going to win Nashville until the Austin Cindric incident happened.
Yeah, shout out to Noah Graxer for turning left on Austin Cindric down the straightaway. But you know,
Happens. Would you say happens? I think it happens.
yeah, things happen. And then shout out to Alex Bowman this week, taking out my guy and winning the race.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on the penalty thing? You think chasing? Well,
I don't think anyone deserves a
think-
penalty. It's not like
I
he broke
agree.
his neck. I mean, I think he's
agree.
fine.
I think if he like spun him out or something, you know, you might be able to say like, okay.
If he had his belts off and because what was down? Just the window net?
apparently the window. Like Bowman said that like he doesn't deserve a penalty. Like I said, I don't think either of them do.
They don't need a penalty.
Let him have at it. If he didn't if he wrecked him, like spun him out in front of everybody going by, okay, I get it. You know, penalize. But like going off like the past incidents, like
Session says join this one for the right session, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna be honest. As long as the belts weren't off, as long as even if the window net was down, I don't think it was a hard enough hit. You know.
Yeah. I think the wall really made it look worse.
It did. I'm going to be honest. He was able to climb the wall, but obviously, clearly at Chicago, it's very easy to climb a wall. You saw, who was it, John Hunter, that backed it into the tires and went up?
Oh, my gosh. It's probably not hurt.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest. It looked worse than it clearly was, but Chase Elliott versus Suarez was the same situation. I say you just walk away from it. You knew drivers were going to be heated. It's not like he was out of the car, parked it. It's almost the same situation. Like when Bowman got greeted doing a celebration, did his belts come off at all when he was doing donuts at Martinsville when Denny came up and hit him?
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
If his belts weren't off, then it's fine. I don't think it was. Bubba clearly was not intending to hurt him. He was intending to send a message. And
exactly.
It's like when you accidentally close the door too hard because the wind caught it and your parents get pissed because they think you slammed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. The big thing is if they do affect it if they would have given a points penalty, wouldn't they have done it by now?
Either today or tomorrow. I think the most, if anything, is like just a fine. I really don't think it should be. I don't think either of them should get anything at all because like that happens every week. To be honest, somebody always gets thrown off to the race.
When Byron wrecked Denny, right at Texas, there wasn't any fine for Byron when it was under yellow, and he clearly intentionally wrecked him into the grass. I know the race wasn't over, but
there's also no penalty when Truex went haywire at Richmond a few months ago.
Yep.
I think he did far worse than what happened last weekend.
I'm going to be honest, I think there's going to be no issue, but the real question is, will Bubba have to point his way in or race his way in? Because the guy he was going to point with and go to battle come Darlington or Daytona just won. So
I mean, he gained points on the cutoff, though, because Buescher didn't have a really good day. I think it's going to be tight, to be honest.
But I think Buescher clearly has had a better season right now than that of Bubba Wallace. He almost won Darlington. He's been running up front. When it come to Daytona, and who's the better super speedway driver? Now, you can argue this because I know Bubba does really well, but Buescher has executed in Coke Zero already.
Absolutely. Yeah, Buescher won last year, right? Yeah, so
I think Bubba makes it.
RFK cars.
What's left in the schedule? Michigan, he qualified.
You got Michigan
with.
Michigan, Indy. He's really good at Indy. Well, he was good at Indy in the RPM stuff. Richmond, where he was running. He led a lot of the race last year and ran top 5 this year. Darlington.
Let's look at the points. Let's look at the points because we're at that point now that we actually have to discuss this.
Yeah.
Standings.
I think
it's going to be close because there's also guys in there that I think can win at Daytona. I think this is the year that a wow factor win happens. Like there was technically in 22, but I mean, you know what happened down into turn 22. So
I saw it. Yeah.
Logano wins. He's in. Wallace, they have, what is this? Oh, that's regular season playoff picture.
They're 45 out. 23 is 45 out. The 14 is the next car, 88 out. I think Bubba's the only guy at this point that can point his way in.
Yeah, Briscoe, I don't see Briscoe wowing anyone at Pocono. I don't see Briscoe wowing anyone. I don't think Bubba does anything great at Pocono, though. So, Michigan, Indy, I think he does really well at. Daytona, I think he does really well out. Darlington, I mean,
he has 4 straight top 10 as well.
But the thing is, if he has to come down to a must-win situation, do you say he wins at Darlington? I mean, but then you also have to look at Eric Jones, right? Who's now won twice at Darlington and is absolute bottom of the barrel. And let's say an Eric Jones wins at Daytona. Like, there's a lot of guys outside his cutoff that, come Daytona, realistically has a shot to get in.
I agree.
Right now, the last couple of drivers I think will win this year. I think Wallace will win at some point because Kansas is coming up, and I honestly think he'll just do well at Kansas.
They were not good at Kansas.
Yeah, but he is good at Kansas. That's my thing. Like, I know he knows how to drive it. I don't think he's actually bad at Las Vegas either. I think he's pretty good over there, if you ask me.
On the house are definitely, like the big oval are definitely 2311's wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah, so you got to look at that. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it in. The one to miss might be Chris Buescher if he doesn't win Daytona.
Buescher and Ross.
I think Ross somehow makes it in.
You think Ross gets in? I don't know. Trackhouse isn't been showing me anything this year.
I would say Ross gets in. Gibbs is going to get in. Truex will get in. It's going to come down to, my opinion, Buescher. And if what's the surprise winner going to look like, right? Because Buescher technically should be in the playoffs. He has deserved it, but he hasn't won. How the playoffs work, you have to win. If you don't win, you're not making it. So I just don't think there's enough of a wild. Oh, wait. Ross is only a couple points ahead of Buescher. So, yes, you do have a point there.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so realistically speaking, Bubba needs to do really well to the end.
They've got to chase stage points because I think like Pocono and Indy are tracks where you can pit before the stage and not go a lap down and flip the stage like the road course.
Yeah.
I think Pocono and Indy, those two, the next 2 weeks are going to be like big.
I'm wondering, are there any road courses left in the schedule? No, not until the playoffs.
Not in the regular season, no. Just straight ovals. That's why I think the 23 team, I think if they have it under 30 points going into the Olympic break, they're within striking distance. And I think they can make up 20 points on 17-1.
I don't think Kyle Busch is making it. I'll be the first one to say it.
Big Kyle fan. I don't think so either.
Kyle's not making it. I don't think McDowell's making it. I know McDowell can probably do something. My big question is going to be Ricky Stenhouse, who's known for being bold at Daytona, right? I wonder, I peek. Who else? Josh. I don't think Josh is winning this year. Rookie in the series, no.
Oh no, that work car's been a little fast recently. I think he can kind of like if something kind of falls into his lap, like I think he might be able to.
If he can execute
something. Yeah.
Trying to look for Frank DeAngelis here. We're gonna have to get an admin for this race. Hocevar, no. I think the ones that can leapfrog in are gonna be Stenhouse, Wallace. I want to add another one in there, and Eric Jones. That's it.
You think Eric Jones?
I think Eric Jones can do something again. Even though Legacy is not looking good.
They're not.
I still think Daytona, Eric Jones can do it because the final 2 races, he's won at those tracks. He has a couple wins to his resume, and they just happen to be at 2 tracks that he's won at. Yeah. That's kind of where I run in. It's interesting. It's a yes or no position. But we'll find out. I don't like how Daytona is actually not the finale. This is the regular season finale. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest with it. Which is weird because I was so mad when they lost the 4th of July race. But with it being in that position, it's like, oh man. And I understand tradition with Darlington, but Darlington's tradition was let go for like what, 10 years?
Yeah, they did Labor Day for a minute.
Yeah, they went to Mother's Day. So, I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel. And that's my take. A Daytona night race on a Sunday night with Darlington Southern 500 on Saturday, I think that would have been pretty cool to see.
You think?
Just because of the break. Just for the break. And then switch it back the next year.
I think they are. I think they're going to switch it back this year. Like after, like not this year, but it's only like this on the schedule this year because of the Olympics.
But you think about it, ratings too. Yeah, that's another thing you got to look at. Daytona's ratings have, if I'm not mistaken, have gone up with it being the regular season finale. And NASCAR ratings are lower on a Saturday than it is on a Sunday. So you give, and the only thing is college football just started, and I think NFL started at this point, right? Sunday?
24th.
Does the NFL start after Labor Day or on Labor Day?
Usually, if I'm not mistaken, it's usually like that weekend.
So let's say no NFL that Sunday night. A NASCAR Sunday night race at Daytona, I think it could do pretty well.
I'm not opposed to it, but you know, everyone asked for the Saturday night. The Saturday nights, like you said, they don't get the draws.
Here's the big thing. All the Gen 4s are in the top 4, top 7, top 8. I can't find a Gen 6 till maybe Yahir Rodriguez. Cody Workman's in the Gen 6. And we have about 90% power. So they're supposed to be about even. But
I think the Cup cars are going to come to life in the draft. I think that's where it's going to see the difference.
And the tire wear. I think the tire wear is going to really destroy the Gen 4.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. So you think the Gen 4 wins out? Gen 6?
I think the Gen 6 wins strictly off of the draft alone.
All right,
I think they're going to be able to work together and pass some Gen 4s.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to see. Thank you so much, Joe, for racing.
No problem.
That's Joseph Armstrong. He won Daytona. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard us talk a little bit intermission. It's time for ARCA Night in America Gen 4, Gen 6 race. So I gotta ask you, who wins, Gen 4, Gen 6? I have my money on the Gen 4. Unless we get a really long green flag run, then maybe the Gen 6 comes in because of the draft. But we'll see as we get ready to go green. Time to roll, ladies and gentlemen. Third race of the night out of 4, that's guaranteed. As we get ready to go green. So I got asked a cool message in DMs actually at some point. I was asked if I would ever consider having an in-person race broadcasted on my YouTube channel. Because we do enter a night in America, it's a lot of fun. We all know and love it. But I think it'd be really cool if one day, an in-person short track race was broadcasted on this YouTube channel. I think it would be absolutely amazing to see what could come from it. Let's go racing 40 laps and say those magical words, God. Speed drivers, you are go for throttle up. Or even just qualifying. I love to just have qualifying on this channel too. Because as you guys know, sometimes I do the YouTube short streams. And in those YouTube short streams, they are mainly just looking at the booth. But if we can get the full audio input and possibly go to the YouTube channel just once, I'd love to see what that would be like. 4 laps of action. Lights are off on the top of the pace car. Carlos Truther, Aiden Walker, Frank Worley, William Schmidt, Reagan, Schulten, Beckman, Nathan Scott. Let's get ready to go green. Gen 4, Gen 6, Gen 4 is shown to be the toughest. Well, that's just with qualifying. What changes when we go green? Dodge, Chevrolet. Let's go green from Michigan. Walker, race leader, down off turn number 2. Truther in 3rd. Schmidt back there in 4th. 39 to go. And we're having an overlay bug, so we'll reset that as we continue green. Gen 4, Gen 4, Gen 4, you got to go all the way back to the 99 before you can see possibly that first Gen 6. The draft is going to be big. The long green flag runs are going to be big as well. And look at how much Chase Schaefer can just stick it on the bottom and race it off exit. He's got an advantage right now that a lot of these guys are going to wish they had within the next, I want to say, 10 or so laps. Frank DeAngelis, one of the drivers driving the Gen 4. And we got an area where we think it could be even, it could be balanced, but clearly a big advantage for the older body models. .38 laps to go. Schmidt third, Truther fourth. The driver's looking for some advantage. Gavin Gomez in 8th. ARCA 9 in America with the Gen 4 and the Gen 6 on display. Orley P2. Schmidt P3. You see Frank eyeing down to the inside there at Truther. Not about getting him. Not able to on that end of the speedway. Gavin Gomez outside wall. Nathan Scott, he's won at this track multiple times, but not with this type of layout of a 4 and a 6. Kenyon in 11th. Mitchum there in 12th. And already look what the Gen 6 guys are doing. They're working together. Workman and Mitchum lined up nose to tail trying to make something work. Chase Schaefer on the inside. Just easily able to find his way around Gavin Gomez. Look at the lap times right now for Chase Schaefer and other drivers that are currently in line. We may have to throw a caution due to the excess amount of lag. That's another thing when you try new things like this. You're put in a position that is very, very difficult, and we're going to have to throw it. Caution is out with 35 laps to go. So I kind of like what I see right now, minus the blinking. The Gen 4 and the Gen 6. I like how it's working together. I don't like, obviously, the lag, but Gen 6 guys are able to make up time. That's what's interesting about all this. Now with the caution coming out, you have to make a decision. Do you pit for tires or do you stay out? I think the Gen 4 guys most definitely have to come in for freshies because they're going that much quicker and having to let off more in the corner. So pit road will be wide open. We'll have another attempt at a restart. It's one of those system overload situations. So we're going to back out of there, and we'll be right back into the session at our Night in America. Fueling victories all year long. When we try new things like this, you never know what you're going to expect. And for us, we know once that situation happens, there is something in place to get us back on our feet. Truther, Braden Holt, Hunsicker, Walker, Vares, Contreras. We also found out that the camera, if it stays on, it could also affect frame rate. So a lot of stuff is being learned before the NWP 400 to make sure it is a good event. So don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. We're excited for what's to come. Colt, Freeman, Truther, Holt. Those are the guys that you want to possibly keep an eye on for. William Schmidt, no doubt about it, going to be one of the best to go ahead and beat. Let's get ready to go back green flag racing. So just a quick caution. See, this is a commercial break. You see me, you wait. 5 laps in, and Schaefer was the biggest mover on the track. He's going to restart dead in the center of all the Gen 4 drivers. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be full of curiosity. What's next? Once again, yes, I do want to stream for this Friday. I would love to stream this Friday, but still up on the horizon if we do or not. So yes, there's a lot of things that we're learning in NR nights leading into the tickets, so we don't have a Alabama 500 moment. There's certain steps that I can take to make sure I don't overload the system. A lot of cool things. A lot of cool and great things are coming together. So NWP is going to be a blast. I am more than excited for it. But also when you have multi-class races like this, you are putting a lot of load on a system. It's a Gen 4 frenzy with what was 35 laps to go. But now most likely see a restart with around 32, 31, maybe 30 laps remaining. Chase Schaefer stayed out. Huh. Don't know if I like that move or not. But we're going to see if it works. Let's head back trackside. And let's try to go green once again. We'll get the one to go. Schaefer, Nate Dew, both the Gen 6 drivers, they elect to stay out. Else elected to come in. Time to go, green flag racing. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Chevrolet. Early Truther, Beckman, Scott, Thurston, DeAngelis. The Gen 6 prevail. They're littered throughout this field, but it's mostly a Gen 4 workhorse. Lights off the top of the pace car as we head back green. Both Gen 6s on the front row get swarmed. Walker race leader to 1. Truther P3. One of the front runners in the USA 500. Can he grab his second win at NR? Gomez finds his way through all contact. Christian Zare. Lined up there is Chase Schaefer. Here's the battle for the lead. Truther looking inside. Schmidt holding ground. DeAngelis, Horley, Scott in 7th, inside, 3 wide behind, trouble, spin. May have been Chad Jeffries, it was. Gets nailed by the 18. The caution will wait. Braden Hole. That's not looking good for the Gen 6 game. Ollie Moore. It into the outside wall. Let's watch back and see. I mean, He didn't get it pointed in the right direction, but he's got it rolling around the racetrack. McKinney, one of the drivers that saw it firsthand. Watch from his view. And there's been Gen 4, Gen 6 races where the Gen 6 prevails. It's almost just a lottery pick on which one you choose. We went to Charlotte one time and the Gen 4 just waxed the field. Then we went to Charlotte again and then the Gen 6 waxed the field. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. You're really stuck in this limbo. Wow. Huge crowd for tonight's Slinger Nationals. Chevy, Toyota. Others lined up in between us. We get ready to go back underway. Truther in fourth. DeAngelis in third. We'll get the one to go. Two cautions in the books. What's next? As we try it again. Chevy, Toyota, Dodge, Toyota, Dodge, Ford. Dodge, Chevy. Time to go back green. Seven laps to go. Will be 26 this time by. Time to go green once again from Michigan. Truther inside, Schmidt outside. Orley thought about running it right up the middle. Looking, peeking, no move. Beckman into the 22. See DeAngelis back to that outside. Trying everything he can. 25 to go. Oh, trouble Jason Beckman. Up and into the outside wall. Kenyon's involved. Barbagallo's involved. Barb not happy with Charlie Crawl. Caution is out once again. I don't think Beckman can get off the wall. Now he can. We saw how defensive he was. Oh, and I don't think that maybe Josh Kenyon not happy with the 14 at all. Restart after restart, you start wondering, what's the deal? We just slid up right into him. just know where to go from there. Gavin Gomez, Dominic Barbagallo. What is he mad with the call for? Is the real question. It's way up in that fourth groove. He ran right into him. Wow. So Crawl will be, I'm not going to say out of the race, but definitely not in position to win. Cody Workman will go second. Schulten will go first. Let's go ahead and talk to some drivers. So quickly, some of these guys didn't even have time to react to what was going on. Always love to hear what some of them have to say. Let's go talk to Barbagallo. Barb, it's John. What's going on?
I was gonna tell Josh you hit him, dude. I was gonna tell Josh you hit him, and you just ruined that.
Wow.
I got ARCA brakes.
You're not very happy there. What happened before the corner?
Before the corner?
Yeah. Because you were already sideways.
I was sideways.
Looked like you were sideways. You didn't look like you were in shape.
No, I was braking for the car. I was doing a Casey Kane on the wall. There was 3-car rack in front of me. I braked for it, and then the 23 car, that's a Toyota with the American flag decides to not hit the brake. So did the 84, and my car's destroyed.
Wow. We got a restart coming up. What are you thinking?
Go home.
Go home. You're done. Your race is over.
Oh, it's beyond over because the people have the reaction on the slaughter.
Oh. You don't have to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't think disrespectful. I was closer to the wreck, but I slowed down faster. I don't know how it's possible. I don't understand that.
Well, I'll say this. Since you were involved in the wreck, you get picked for trivia. Are you ready?
Oh, okay, let's go.
NASCAR trivia. Let's see. Where did the COT have its first race at?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
Dover?
No.
No, Bristol.
There you go. Who won that race?
It was Kyle Busch.
Yeah, it was Kyle Busch. He didn't like the car.
Yeah, that's one thing I remember.
Okay, well, that was a pretty good trivia question. Let me see if I can hit you with one more. Let's see. Before we go green, what track held the last Gen 4 race?
Wait, yeah, I was going to say Homestead, but I realized they switched halfway through. Oh, this is a tough one. I actually don't know. Michigan?
Nope.
I'm going to start naming tracks. Pocono?
Nope.
Dago?
Nope.
Daytona?
Nope.
Kentucky?
Nope.
Didn't even exist, did it?
Nope.
Atlanta?
Nope.
Martinsville?
Nope.
Tell me.
Homestead. We're going green. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
You had it. Yeah, you lost it. Back underway for Michigan. Chase Schaefer around in the grass. Off the nose of William Schmidt. Truther inside of Horley. Now more spinning in the back half. 42. Zarate again. Caution away once more. Oh man, what's going on? ARCA night in America. The issues continue to fly. Let's watch back. go to the bottom. That's all on Chase Schaefer. I don't know where he thought he was going. It wasn't anywhere productive. Walker inside. He got lifted up by the 41. Nathan Scott. Problem is he came down the track instead of just holding it up on the outside. Page and others involved. Pit road is open once again. You know what that means? Time to go talk to another race car driver and hear what they've got to say. You know what? Let's go ahead and talk to Carlos Truther. Truther, it's John. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, we've had a lot of cautions in this race, but you're sitting very handsomely there in second.
Yeah, don't like the strategy me and the 22 are on, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's that?
We thought people would take more than 2 tires since we ran like 3 green laps. And now the tires are worn and it's so loose, so I don't know. It's not, the 4 tires definitely have an advantage over us, but we'll see what happens.
Idea?
The caution came out, I was like, we should take 2. And then we agreed on it, and then I was like, well, I don't know, do you really think we should? And then he just stayed with it, and I was like, okay, whatever. And now we're pretty cooked.
Well, we had another caution, so it's time for trivia.
Trivia?
NASCAR trivia.
Oh, I got this.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know at one point you knew where this guy finished all the time.
I did.
Almost every race. So I'm going to pick a random race, and you're going to tell me. Do you still remember it? Mr. Ryan Newman fan?
Ryan. I can never forget it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to look up a random race result.
Anything from 2011 to 2020. I promise
Really?
you I will get it.
Really?
I promise you. Promise you.
Eric W. dropping the 5 gifted membership. So I'm going to pick 5 races then.
Go for it. I guarantee I get 4 above.
Guaranteed to get 4.
Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest Ryan Newman fan you'll ever find. We are going to be going over the results. And he's going to tell me where Ryan Newman finished in all 5 races that I'm about to say.
If I can't tell you where he finished, I can tell you exactly what happened over that race.
Okay. Let's see. All right. 2013 Kentucky race.
We got 14.
Oh my
Ran
God.
on the teams all day, but that 39 Quicken Loans thing, it was pretty good.
You remember the sponsor too? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to play with a different one here. Let's go. That's one. I'm going to try to hit all of them. 2015 Phoenix Fall.
He ran the cat mining car. That was a special car. He got 11th. He got 3rd in the spring.
He did
But he
get
got 11th in
11.
the fall.
Oh my, how do
He
you
ran a special
remember
car.
that?
It's just in my...
That's
I don't
2.
think I have autism, but I don't know. It's not looking good.
Let's see.
I know it.
This one should be a little bit easier. I think this is the one that you probably get pretty well. 2016 Coke Zero.
Didn't he get 18?
Yeah, he did get 18. So that's 3. Oh my gosh, we got 2 more.
Florida lottery car. I fuck with that car. Ooh, I like that car.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. 2013 Homestead.
He got in the 20s. His tire split. I would say 21st. 22nd.
21st was Kurt Busch. Ryan Newman finished 17th.
Wow, I did
So, I
not
mean,
know
3
he
is
was
still
falling
pretty
up
good.
there.
3 is still pretty good. You got to get ready to go racing. Good luck.
This guy just jumped the restart.
If he did, it's a penalty, and it might exactly be that. Carlos Truther drops back. Poorly to the inside. Schulten jumps the restart. Will be given an L2 drive-through penalty. Wow. Truther fading. Walker to 3rd. Horley to 2nd. Schulten will have to do a drive-through. He did jump the start. Got caught for it. Horley to the bottom. Oh, toe-to-toe, Chevy versus Ford. Scott to fourth, DeAngelis to fifth. Schmidt back there in sixth. Cody Workman in seventh. Frank Horley, new race leader. If this race runs green all the way, it's clearly going to be a Gen 4 advantage. Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Dodge versus Dodge, that's for Ford. DeAngelis is there on the bottom. True third, P3. DeAngelis, P5. Trouble, spin, way towards the back half of the field. Fight for the race lead. $14 to go. Walker outside of Horley. Truther inside of DeAngelis. One Dodge. Inside the top three, make it 2 in the 4, 3 in the 5. Chevy versus Ford for the top spot. Walker near the fence. Truther to run on the bottom. 13 laps remaining from the Irish Hills. DeAngelis, P4. Oh, sneaks into third. Horley, lunge to the bottom. Walker leads. Here comes DeAngelis trying to rip top. More drivers now closing in on their bubble. Cody Workman back there in ninth. And we knew the Gen 6 cars were going to have some type of advantage if they can get the rubber build up. Let these guys fight. That's where Ingram closes in. 3 wide, Scott on the bottom. Truther, top shelf. Horley, stuck in the middle. DeAngelis swipes 1, make it 2. The battle of the Franks sitting second and third. Walker race leader. Scott in fifth. Truther. Arizona Cardinals, no. Check it, St. Louis Cardinals fan. Having a look at the Yankees scheme right up in front of them. Lap car, River Page. It's 10 to go. You're starting to see these guys have to find a different line. Make something work. Truther sliding. Look back to the Gen 6 machines. James Thurston in 7th. Listen to his on-throttle time. You can see easily why he's able to gain versus Horley when he gets down into 1. The Gen 6 will have some type of advantage, I think, with 5 to go. You're going to see that pendulum swing like Armstrong talked about. Just listen. Not on the throttle fully. Now James Thurston. The only thing is, James needs to be in the draft. If he is not in the draft, he's not going to have that whole advantage that he can get to the center of the corner. He's doing okay. He's not really now closing the way he'd like. Scott there in third. The track where he won his first ever NR Night in America race was with the Next Gen against that of James Thurston. Scott to the bottom. DeAngelis to the outside. Truther, Schmidt, Thurston. Frank trying everything he can just to keep it pointed in the right direction. Lee in third, Scott in second. We're closing the gap to that of Ada Walker. The difference. 6 to go. He's got him. He's got him on the hook to the inside. Dodge Chevrolet. Clash to 1. Walker outside. He's got him. Scott, rolling center. Walker up the track. Scott to the line. Didn't get him. 5 to go. We'll try to clear him on this end of the speedway. Scott locks it in. Walker wants it back. Corley in third, Truther back to fifth. Walker to the bottom. Scott to the outside. Contact once. Advantage goes Dodge. 4 to go. All this fighting is allowed Horley to close in. Horley into the 93. All momentum lost. Here comes DeAngelis. DeAngelis works the 22 down the backstretch. Horley doesn't hit a thing. We stay green. Wow. Walker, Scott, 3 to go. Oh, there's payback coming for sure. Why he did that, we may know later. Nathan Scott, multi-time winner in NR Night in America, Kansas, Las Vegas, Michigan, the 3 tracks he has found victory at. No surprise when he comes here with the Gen 4, he's quick, but he had to do it with different strategy, different horsepower to try to match that of the Gen 6. Wasn't the favorite heading in. Matter of fact, led his first laps this late in the race. Started outside the top 10, now leading with 2 to go. Walker, DeAngelis, Truther on the scene. Battle for third between 3 machines. Walker closing in. Santa Blanca, 1 to go from the Irish Hills of Michigan. Truther sneaks through DeAngelis. He's there, he's looking, he's peeking. Scott loose off exit. Final drive to 3 and 4. Walker with the lunge, but will be too far back. Nathan Scott will come in the checkered flag, victorious from Michigan. Truther third, Schmidt fourth. What happened to Frank DeAngelis? He dropped back to 8th, and if I'm putting 2 and 2 together, I think he got roughed up big time. Let's see it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was that of Frank Horley. He slammed right into him. First Schmidt, you see the 69 holding back, getting out of the way. Knowing what's coming. Sees Horley on the outside. Trying to pull away as much as he can. I don't think it worked that well. But somewhat of a message was sent. Nathan Scott gets ready to do burnouts here on the front straightaway. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. You just love the Irish Hills, don't you? Nathan Scott, congratulations.
Let's go.
Another win. And at one point you were wondering if you're ever going to win. Kansas, Michigan, Las Vegas, that's your big 3.
Yeah, this second win at Michigan, have 2 at Las Vegas, 1 at Auto Club, and 1 at Kansas.
Oh my gosh,
so
that's right. Auto
now.
Club is another one. 6 wins. Are you racing NWP? You better be racing NWP.
Like I said, I'll try to, but I don't think I can.
Oh,
Right now.
right now. One day.
Yeah. We'll have to see.
So walk me through the feud. I know you saw it between Horley and DeAngelis.
I thought it was going to be a caution, bro. I was so worried.
No, he didn't hit anything. If he would have slammed that wall, that would have thrown it.
And then it got loose, and they're just beefing.
It seems
But
just like
who
normal
isn't it?
beef.
Yeah, normal.
Nothing new.
Your typical stuff, Man, that race was weird for about.
I'm surprised
first
you're not getting
25
loud
laps.
here. Are you playing at a library or something? What's going on?
No. No, I'm just chill. That was a fun race at the end, though. With,
It's chill until you get
Walker.
wrecked.
Oh, of course. I almost got wrecked by Beckman earlier.
I don't know what his issue was, but oh my goodness. He was all over the place.
Yeah, I don't even know what lap that was, but he hit someone and then he overcorrected and killed the field. And I don't know how he didn't hit me. He was like probably a couple inches away. I was nervous as hell, but how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just don't know. I got to give you the workout routine, so I'm going to tell you at the end of the stream so you can write it down.
Yeah.
But heck yeah. Glad to see you back in Victoryland. I'm used to you really like taking charge here of the interview. This isn't you, Nathan Scott.
Well, it's
What's changed with you?
been a-
Are you okay? Are you even real? No,
I'm good,
no,
I'm
that's
good.
not you. This is like, it's an alien. It's a clone. I see you kicking butt out there at UNLV.
Yeah. I am definitely ready for this next
You
year.
hear these one-word
That is a
answers?
fact.
What is up with this? Yeah. Yup.
What you mean, bro?
You're not thanking the sponsors, the boys back home, the viewers, your car, the fact that the Frank and Frank show went at it, and one Frank prevailed and the other one went around.
I mean, did you see that race with Walker and I?
Yeah, that was sweet.
Dude, that was awesome. I wasn't worried about the Franks until, well,
The Franks.
2 laps to go.
Meet
Yeah.
the Franks.
Well, I wasn't worried about those two until I saw one of them wrecking.
Matter of fact, let's bring one of
the
the Franks in. I'm actually really curious to see know what happened. Oh, did they leave? They
Bring
left the
D'Angelo's.
Discord chat. And I wanted to hear what Horley had to say. But I guess we'll go hear what DeAngelis has to say. We'll bring Frank DeAngelis to the principal's office so all the viewers can hear what exactly went wrong with Mr. McLeod. But unfortunately was involved in a tough position. Frank, what happened?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where am I going? Where am I going?
The elevator ride up to interview. That's where you're going.
Oh, what's up?
What happened with you and Horley?
He was racing everyone pretty mean the whole race.
That's not
He was
nice.
trying to intent wreck Walker. Failed like 3 times. I saw the opportunity, slipped up a little bit, and was like, it's whatever.
Well, somehow you got really good at wrecking people on purpose because you did not hit anything to result a caution, which I know you've mastered.
I wasn't trying to bring out the yellow. I mean, he's having a whole tangent in Blue Carpet saying
Really?
a lot of.
That's one way to promote the Discord. Join the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Link down in the description below.
Yeah, he's not saying not very nice things about me, about you. Some things are
What did I do? I just called the race.
not family friendly. I don't know, stuff happens. Just got loose.
Well, it's very interesting. It was ARCA. That's what we just did there, and we had a lot of things
Dude,
go wrong.
You really gotta lower the horsepower.
Yeah, a little bit more. Because one time we went into the 80s and it was too low.
Yeah.
We're going super late model racing, and we will be able to see how that goes. Matter of fact, he wants to talk it out. So if things get over the top, we will mute through. So just want to point that out, because I don't want to. I would like to keep this YouTube channel, you know.
Oh, also shout out Nathan spanking all of us that race.
Appreciate
Nathan,
it,
Frank
man.
Horley,
Nathan
it's
the
the
goat.
John. You got a copy.
Nathan the goat.
Appreciate you, Frank.
No problem.
So what happened there? Your side, and be respectful. This is not a PlayStation server.
Yeah, no, I'll totally respectful.
Okay.
So we're racing down the back. I'm with Walker side by side, and then I guess I didn't expect him to be that close. I guess I thought he was gonna be closer to the wall, and then I guess I doored him a little bit, made a little contact, no harm, no foul, and then he decides to just door slam me halfway down the. I don't know. I think we all saw it. I had no foul intent, and I went to the next corner to try to show my appreciation, and I kind of screwed myself over a little bit.
Well,
And
you
then-
didn't take anyone out, which means you're still allowed to race the rest of the night. But
No.
at the same
right.
time, I understand where you're coming from, but Frank has a different view of it as well. Do you think it was just Frank getting overboard, or?
Well, there's a second part to this story. I don't know if you saw it, but he wrecked me on purpose with 2 to go to try to get a yellow. I don't know if you saw it, but because he used up his tires, and yeah, I guess he burns up this stuff every race and then falls back, and then he tried to wreck me to get a yellow, and he didn't get one. So yeah, I don't appreciate that. I could care less about Walker now. It's unfortunate that he doored me for something so little, but yeah, I don't know. Frank DeAngelis thinks he runs this place. He doesn't. I mean, it's sad, but
Session
it's
is up, by
whatever.
the way.
What's the combo again?
We're doing Irwindale. That's a super late model race. For me, getting ready for this weekend.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed because I could have won that one, and then Walker, I don't really know what the deal was with him. I thought we were cool, but that was pretty out of pocket.
DeAngelis.
Yeah, man, I really just hate when my day gets ruined when I get wrecked in a video game. It really just sets me off. I just hate it when pixels go left instead of right, and it just ruins my mood for the rest of the night. I just hate it. Hate it for our eye guys on the eye track.
I don't think that was the right answer. I think that's you came in that you wrecked him on purpose and don't have a response to it.
Oh yeah, I wrecked them on purpose. I don't care. I wasn't trying to get a yellow. I just wanted to make a point that you should race people how you expect to get raced.
I mean, I thought it was kind of fair, and warranted because I got Doored down the backstretch for virtually no reason. I don't know if you saw it, Frank, but I didn't touch
Oh no,
him.
I
Put him in the wall.
did. Yeah.
I didn't put him on the wall. I didn't touch him, and I got Doored for it.
I don't
did
know.
touch him, but, like,
Maybe it was below.
no, it was overboard. You don't have to say anything. I know for a fact it was overboard, and I don't know. I thought Walker was a good driver. I respect him. He's fast.
He's better than
good.
you.
I guess he's better than me, sure, but I don't know. That was very unlike him, and I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It came out of nowhere, you know.
Would you like to address what you were saying in Blue Carpet on the stream, or you want
Sure,
to?
I'll gladly address it. Actually,
Yeah, you want to say word for?
Whoa, I don't know what's in there. I don't know what's in there. No.
I won't say it. I'll say it in a respectful way.
Yeah, do you want to say what you
say
said?
the rated G version.
Yeah, you want to tell all the
okay.
viewers what you said at
So-
11:05 p.m.
11:05 p.m.
Yeah, you can't really do that in front of a
I
PG
mean,
audience. Can't.
I said that Frank DeAngelis, who I was referring to in the message, he sits in this Discord all day, and he likes to, how do I put this in there?
Yeah, you want to say it or?
Session is up, by
He
the way.
likes to,
Yo, let me.
Session
he
is
likes
up.
to look up to you and, just follow you around, and then I said that maybe
He
one
did
day
follow
he'll
me
get
to the North
blacklisted.
Turn. We had a great time at the North Turn, by the way.
No,
I said maybe one day you'll get
did.
blacklisted like the rest of them.
You gotta realize this is
I mean,
G version.
me and-
It's
Frank,
worse.
we live 20 minutes away if you want to talk about it. Like, I can just pull up to your house and we can, we can address it face to face. No, I'm kidding.
Bro, do you know how crazy a 1v1? I can't. I can't
I mean,
say it. I can't say
Stop.
that.
No, like-
Stop it. Stop. I think we figured it out. Yeah, we just need you guys to sign to make sure that we can talk about that. We made you smile, and then you can go on with the rest of your day. Smiling Friends reference.
I think that would be awesome.
Would you like to
Frank. I think that would be very fun, and I would honestly like you're like I'm getting
Charity.
thoughts, like,
For charity.
What the
For charity.
But congrats on the win, BKR. I thought I was gonna get you, and then
Called him BKR.
yeah,
His name's Nathan.
that's who he is. That's who he is to me.
The usernames. That's how you know that's old school right there.
So, yeah, I was running them back down, and then I didn't even try to hit Walker there. That was just me misjudging it. Like, that wasn't intentional. I was trying to get to his inside, and I accidentally hit him, and I screwed myself in the process. And that allowed Frank DeAngelis to try to wreck me. Well, not try. He did wreck me.
You know,
Just a little bit.
I almost lost to Walker because I had my game skip frames like 3 times on the last 2 laps.
Yeah.
You know, I will tell you, I was quite intimidated by the driver behind me on the white, thinking something was gonna happen.
Frank Corley, we would love to have you in this race. Frank DeAngelis is in this race.
I'm not gonna.
You have Irwindale. We've done it as a figure eight.
I don't have Irwindale.
Oh, okay.
I know, like,
No. I mean, it depends how good this race is. I
20
mean,
bucks? 20 bucks.
it is not $20 to buy Irwindale.
Oh, I gotta buy the late model and Irwindale.
You don't have a super late model? Oh, then you can hold on to it. We have a good amount. We got a pretty good field here. So,
John, I will tell you, I don't know if you saw it in the back, but I was intimidated all the way back, thinking 40 was gonna do something.
I know. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I thought Carlos Schuther was gonna
40 didn't
avenge.
suck up to me like that.
I thought he was gonna lift Frank up, and if that would have happened, I probably would have just beat my bike.
I was waiting for it. I was yelling at Schmidt. I was like, Schmidt, help me. Schmidt, help me.
I just hope that Walker wasn't there that I was waiting on him.
No, everyone was well aware.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I think I wasn't in the group chat or in the live call, but I'm pretty sure Carlos Schuther laughed his butt off when he saw Horley spin,
No.
and probably wasn't happy that there wasn't a caution. So I thought for sure he was gonna take the opportunity to right hook DeAngelis in the fence. I thought for sure that was coming.
I think it's pretty coincidental that Frank DeAngelis was on the rail like, yeah, you said, expecting a caution, and then you do that. So I don't know. It's pretty coincidental.
Big coincidental if you have a warning in 3 months.
I think I won.
Oh, but he does have a stat that you don't have.
Who, me?
Yeah, you have a stat that Frank doesn't have. DeAngelis, the Frank and Frank show here. You have an e-ticket win.
Oh,
Yo.
He
I
does.
do have an e-ticket win.
I have an e-ticket top 3.
Oh wow,
Numerous, by the way.
the one that you're still not over with.
I got an
Injury.
e-ticket DNFs if you
Oh,
want to
of
compare
course.
those stats.
A couple DNFs. Oh, man.
I don't know. I think I won a truck race at Dega.
Like when I
less than
did a
month ago.
Michigan race and got killed by Mubik on lap 2.
I mean, who has more super speedway wins?
Frank DeAngelis wins one race in a year and he thinks he's hot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, hold on.
Oh, what's the language, Cam? No.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder if you're calling someone hot.
I don't know if I hit that if I was up at a light straight.
Yo, what's the line here?
Top. Everything's on the top. So, we'll say this. Great race for you guys. Hopefully, everything is good to go. But we're going super late model racing. Good luck from here.
Yep, appreciate
Drag
it.
me into the call with Walker. So.
Well, that was the Nathan Scott and Frank's show. That was so funny. Oh, man. I had my finger on the trigger ready to leave if things got too out of the ordinary. But luckily, nothing got out of the ordinary. We are good to go. So we're going super late model racing, ladies and gentlemen. We've never been to Irwindale on the big track. No surprise here. Jason Beckman goes top of the board. This is his favorite track. And Beckman get his first win in a long time. That was fun. We should do more of that. Like, I kind of want to do more of that, but to let the drivers know to be respectful. Did anyone join in the Ross Chastain Tootsie's car? We got it made. Keegan Sabilo is here. Sabilo raced at Whittemore. At some point, I'll probably go ahead and grab an interview with him. Sabilo races full-time in the Jag Series All-Stars Tour. Presented by Chevrolet Performance. Always a lot of fun. Always exciting. It was fun going to Whittemore. Matter of fact, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing YouTube Shorts as much anymore, but I'm probably going to kick back to the TikToks, but the TikToks will be more of the in-person broadcast since I'm doing more in-person races. Got a couple that I may have to upload tomorrow, maybe sometime this week. Charles Crawl. 23 late model. So these are the Gen 2 super late models. If you watch Slinger All-American 400, North-South Super Late Model Challenge this Saturday at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway live on Track TV and Racing America with myself and Adam Mackey calling it, and myself and John Nix calling the Pro Late Model race with all the other quarter mile races before. You will notice that there's a difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 1 late model. Gen 1, well, it's the Ty Majeski late model. If you look up Ty Majeski's Pro Super Late Model, you'll see that the car is more flat on the nose. It seals the ground more like a Gen 4. The Gen 2 5-star body super late model that the car store runs with the body off of a late model stock is a little more bulky, somewhat to identify with a Gen 6 and a Gen 4 mix in a way. But depending on the track, depending on the event, drivers will choose. I know at Nashville, there's only one driver currently, I think, that runs the Gen 2 Super Pro Late Model, the Gen 1 Pro Late Model. And that's Hunter Wright. At the beginning of the season, he ran the Gen 1. When we go Super Late Model racing, you're going to see guys running the Gen 2. It really just comes down to preference. Drivers like. Sometimes they think they can find an aero advantage and they'd run a new car with it. I know we went to Milwaukee and everybody had the Gen 1 because they knew how big the track was for a super late model. It was an advantage to be found. So 22 super late models will race for 50 laps. Jason Beckman, multiple laps. He knows exactly what he's doing. Trying to learn as much as he can before we go green. Crawl up to 7th, Scott back to 8th, DeAngelis in 12th, Keegan Sabilo, Josh Kenyon White, not making a start. Now, we want to do a super late model race on a road course at some point. Matter of fact, we like to continue the super late model stuff because it's the closest thing that iRacing has to the pro late model. And for the ones that don't know, I call super and pro late model races in person. Let's get ready to go green. So multiple drivers will take to the grid. Yes, we do have a Tootsie's 1 back there. That may be... No, not Crawl. That may be Barb Acalo. It is. Barb in the number 9 machine. Based off of Ross Chastain's Battle of Broadway 150 car. 22 drivers will line up and get ready to go racing at Irwindale. We've never raced at Irwindale on the big track. It is a top-heavy speedway. Usually we go super late model racing. It's a fight for the bottom or the middle. Sometimes they race on a triangle. But here, things are going to be very different. Jason Beckman expected to win at this track. Kyle Turzak, no surprise here, short track merchant. That's what they call him, and that's not a bad thing, honestly. I think that's a pretty cool name. On the outside, ready to roll. Turzak, if you had to give a grade to all the car track combos we usually work with, road course, dirt, short track, intermediate, super speedway, 2-mile ovals, I'd give Turzak an A++ on the short tracks, A+++ with the super late models, everything else, C or D. It's just how it is for some of these guys. Like same with Jason Beckman. Certain things he's good at, or certain things he's not good at. Turzak knows he can come out and win on anything that's short track related. So we'll see if he can do just that this time. Let's get ready to go green. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. Turzak, Mitchum, those two have gone into before. Now they're hanging out on that outside lane. Time to go green. Thurston in 5th. Crawl in 7th. Next time by, we'll get the 1 to go. Let's say those magical words. God, speed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. First time out west into Irwindale, not with the figure 8. So what's to come in this 50-lap sprint? Let's find out. Turzak top shelf, Beckman on the bottom. Pace car, the hard left onto pit road. Let's do it. Let's hold the inaugural race at Irwindale Speedway as we get ready to light the fuse out west for round 4 of our Night in America. Beckman trying to slide up into Turzak. Trading pain maybe 3 or 4 times. Beckman leads lap 1. That top lane is so dominant. It's so important. Got to be able to hold on to it. Oh, Turzak. Outside roll with William Schmidt. Beckman race leader. Into Mike Mitchum. Cost him a wave. Walker involved. He's a hometown driver. He's trying to win, but man, he's going to get a penalty for that. He's easily going to get an L1. Got into Turzak, got into Michael Mitchum. Look at the damage on William Schmidt. Unreal. Oh, let's watch back to it. Yeah, he got into him once. You see Terzak just goes right into the outside wall. And that's, you could say a racing move, not. You know it's a top-heavy racetrack. Beckman gets loose here. Mitchum then drives right into him. And then the real question is, what happened with Ada Walker? He drives it to the bottom. Did he get help? And you can see the wheels are jammed to the left to turn. There's just no grip on the bottom. Goes right up into River Page. Right up into, I believe that's Nathan Scott it is. Unreal. Watch back. Nothing really that could be done. Beckman, Thurston, Schmidt. They should give him the L1. Schmidt in third, Mitchum in fourth. Carson Freeman, the first retiree of the race. Nathan Scott still on pit road, as well as Ada Walker. So Beckman will choose the outside lane. We will get ready for a restart. So they're actually going to go ahead and not give him the L1 penalty. So it looks like Jason Beckman will be able to hold on to that position. All right. It's going to be interesting to see how that runs out. Let's get ready to go green. The one to go. Thurston on the bottom, Beckman on the outside. Mitchum and Schmidt, row 2. Terzak and Krall, row 3. Charlie Krall looking for his first win in NR Night in America. Dominic Barbagallo and others line up 2 by 2. Ford, Chevrolet. 42 laps to go from Irwindale. Thurston, first move to the outside wall. Even though Terzak hit that wall when he did, with the caution coming out, he's still able to hold on to the 4th position. Thurston there. Not able to sneak through. Mitchum in third, Terzak in fourth. 40 to go. Super late models first arrived on the scene in late 2021. Was not loved by viewers or drivers due to the damaged model and due to everything that it had to offer. Was then shelved for over a year, came back, and now it's a consistent car that is used in NR Night in America. New damage model has helped out a lot. The racing's gotten a lot better with it. Terzak keeps peaking. So is Thurston on Beckman. Krall in 7th, back in 8th. DeAngelis in the McQueen 1, back there. Now in the 8th position, Zachary Truel in 9th. He's got the outside wall. Barbagallo lays on him. Will lose those spots. Keegan Sabilo sneaks through. Josh Kenyon looking to the bottom. The bottom can work if you know how to run it. Really size up the mistakes that are ahead. Terzak closing in on Mitchum. Looks inside. West Coast short tracks. We've done them before. We have not done Kern County just yet with the super late models, but that is planned to be done in the future. Terzak looking bottom. Mitchum drive off the outside. Want us to go ahead and say thank you to everyone that's dropped a like on this stream. Want to say thank you to everybody that's super chatted. Manchild dropping the 10, Eric W dropping the 5. Gifted memberships, helping the channel out. So grateful for you all. Top 2, 17 the difference. Very rarely do you have a top-heavy short track. We've gone to Thompson Speedway. I wouldn't say it was top-heavy. It was more the second groove. Because the second you went way too wide, you were down the flat. It was a big issue. But if you can roll the bottom well, it can work out. Mitchum, Terzak, Ford Chevrolet. Mitchum thrown into the outside wall by Kyle Terzak. Trouble. Right behind Frank DeAngelis, caution waves. Barbagallo's involved. Zachary Truel got a piece of it. So did that of Cooper Glick. Terzak and Mitchum. Oh, they had their own issue. There's the first hit. This was the big one right here. Just drove right in the door once, twice, 3 times. That's when I thought Mitchum was going to go around. It showed already, if you're going to pass at this track, you're going to have to throw sliders. Just the character, the nature of it. Lap traffic on the bottom. It's so hard to turn on that inside lane. You can see Terzak late braking, gets right into Michael Mitchum. And Mitchum just turns into a dart. Here comes River Page, lifting up Joey Beck. Beck goes into the outside wall. The nose then turns right into Frank DeAngelis as he backs the one into the fence. Oh, he got Beck in the process. Caution is out, and oh, that's not a good look for the 24. I think he had a little bit of help. Maybe he helped himself. Lifted up by Page. Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. Oh my goodness. I think Frank DeAngelis will be out of this race. A lot of damage to the back end. He will not be restarting up front. We'll get ready for a restart. "27 laps to go in the race. We'll get the one to go this time by. Sabilo, Vinning, Shamela, all staying out. DeAngelis is not allowed to restart there. He has been given an L5 penalty. We'll get ready for a restart. One to go. So the field will line up back 2 by 2. Pace car makes a hard left onto pit road as we get ready to try it once more. 25 remaining from Irwindale. Machines outside wall, White, maybe Vinning. Shamela. Trying to hold on to it, 3 wide. Terzak, once again, he came in for new tires. Back there with Michael Mitchum. Sabilo leads. Waylon Vinning. Marty Shamela toe-to-toe. James Thurston watching on. close. That 62 just gets right to the back end. Schmidt inside, no, correction. Thurston inside. Roll the center enough to somewhat keep pace with the 77. He's going to have to give him a little help. He's definitely quicker than Sabilo. He's for sure quicker than Vinning. But then again, we haven't seen Sabilo in clean air. Vinning won't yield. Thurston on the lunge. Locks in the second spot. Schmidt inside of Shamela. Ball up to 6, Shamela up to 5th. Still ripping the outside lane. One sideways, Josh Kenyon. Cooper Glick going for a slide as well. Jason Beckman next lap car. 19 laps to go. Keegan Sabilo once again races in the Jag Series All-Stars Tour presented by Chevrolet Performance, a pro late model series that mainly runs in Michigan, parts of Indiana. Has never won a race in NR Night in America. He has James Thurston now breathing down his neck. Nice sideways, right to the center. Thurston is there, looking to strike. He's running a lot higher than Sabilo. Once again, Sabilo did not come in for tires. Run to the bottom. Thurston the lunge. Sabilo the switchback. Sabilo trying to repay it. James Thurston set his bid. It is now 15 laps to go away from a possible victory in tonight's NR. Next lap machine, Barbagallo. Charlie Crawl, Michael Mitchum, White, Trull, Kenyon, Jason Beckman, who led a good portion of this race. Strategy not working out to his favor. 14 remaining. Turzak a lap down in 16. I'll make it 17. Look at the damage. Barbagallo about to make it 2 down. There to James Thurston. 12 laps remaining. Thurston, Sabilo. 1-2. Chevy back with Chevrolet. You see James just wants to find his way around Barb. Doesn't want to deal with them at all. Jumps right to the outside. Beckman going around. But out of the racing groove, 11 to go. Carl in 4th. Mitchum in 5th. Oh, sideways off 2. Mitchum finds his way into the 4th position. Marty Shamela there with Ramos. Marquez Ramos wants the top 8. Shamela standing in his way. Seven to go this time by for James Thurston. He's just taking lap machines out one after another. Able to navigate that outside lane to the best of his ability. Schmidt 3rd. Sabilo finds his way around the 1. Barbagallo. 6 laps to go for that of James Thurston. Matthew White Reiner Smith, Nathan Scott. Scott in the 12th position. 1 lap down, once again was involved in that early incident. There's Thurston, there's Sabilo. William Schmidt finding that on Michael Mitchum. Or should we say, not a fight at all. Four to go. Sabilo a 2.5 seconds. Lost all that time. Cooper Glick goes around with a car that is already all F4, at least stay green. They almost got a caution for it. Two to go for the Busch Light 62. Schmidt, Mitchum, Krall, Truhl, Kenyon, Shimela. Shimela still with Ramos. That'll be a fight to the checkered flag. Thurston will see the white this time high. Santa Blanca, 1 to go from Irwindale. He figured out how to rip top shelf with little to no mistakes. Made the middle work to find the race lead. Now he will go to victory lane. Thurston victorious from Irwindale. Kenyon, Shimela, fight for 7th. Marty in the wall. Ramos on the inside. Shimela P8 and a huge lick to the barrier. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to everybody that's tuned on in tonight and our night in America, fueling victories all year long. What a night of racing. Was an absolute blast. 4 races in the books, and that will do it. We may be back this Friday. Only time will tell. If not, I'll see you Saturday at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for the Sound Gear North-South Super Late Model Challenge. Pro Late Model 100 lap feature event. And all 8 quarter-mile races to come before it. I'm John Ramos. This has been NR. I hope you enjoyed your night, and I can't wait to see you again in the next edition of NR Night in America. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.